Welcome to the Indigo League, where trainers grow and bond with their Pokemon to become the very best and prove themselves unbeatable.
We are unbeatable, we'll train until we meet our goal. If stakes are high, no, we won't fall, because we are unbeatable.
Welcome to the world of Pokemon, and thank you guys so much for joining us on today's episode of Unbeatable. Yay!
That's us.
You're coming to us. You're coming to us on the final episode of Arc 1 of
the show.
Unbeatable
We're done,
Kanto
guys.
Journey.
Packing
it's
it up.
done. It's over after this.
Patreon's closing, YouTube channels shutting down, games no longer
No,
functioning.
what am I
Get the
gonna
rules
do?
documents now. We're getting rid of it.
Write
No,
your own
we-
fan fictions.
We are going to
Don't
be
act.
coming back with another arc. This is just the end of the current arc. And the end of this arc finds us still in Seafoam City. We are currently at the tailor shop outside of sort of the main Seafoam Stadium. We have just had all of this news about our good friend Gavin having to take off into the skies and head for Celadon City after an event important to his family has come up. And with that, we have all finished getting our gala looks. I believe at the current point in time, it is you, Coryne, and you, Seth, with your friends Anne Joy, Tanner, and Vermilion. And I believe we're just finishing up the last couple things before we need to head to the gala, where you are going to be hanging out with the rest of the top 32 and some important people who are watching the tournament.
Fancy.
Yep,
Love to
miss
see
him
it.
already. But he'll be back, so we'll be fine.
We'll be fine. He'll be fine.
Yeah, it'll be good. We're good.
Hopefully.
We're fine. So we need to go back to get ready. But you need
Did
to.
I? Yeah, Professor, did I get like an alert or like a message on my phone, or was it Poppy that told me I had something?
You had gotten a text from Poppy that had just sent you like a tracking number for a thing that was getting sent to you and was going to be dropped off at the local Pokemon Center. And you can actually
Okay,
pick this up at
um,
any Pokemon Center because of how like package transfer works. So you can just kind of go wherever you need to go, whatever the closest Pokemon
But
Center
be as
is.
dramatic as you want to be.
Yeah, if you want to walk
Technically,
across the
across
island,
town,
Can you
yeah,
imagine
just go
if
get
that's
it.
And
how
all
our
the bikes
postal
are
system
broken,
worked? That'd be
and I have
fucking
to
amazing.
run.
And
But then
I'm in
a nice
heels.
storm comes, and then I have to skate, and then I get heat stroke. Anyway,
I have to crawl.
we just yes and the rest of this episode.
Yeah, 100%.
As we're walking, as we're like kind of generating plans about where we need to go next to get ready for the gala, can I go ahead and check the tracking number and just see if it's been delivered to a Pokemon Center?
Yeah, you actually don't even need to track it because, again, with sort of like, if you remember in the world of Pokemon, things like
I know how
PCs and
this
stuff
works.
exist. So like, as soon as it
All
got dropped off, it
Delibirds.
was ready to go wherever you needed it to go. The longest part of that is actually going to be traveling to the Pokemon Center. So if you want to just like let like the Vermilion and Tanner group sort of like go off and they'll go start getting ready. If you guys want to run to the Pokemon Center and go grab that real quick.
Yeah, I'm gonna kind of tap Seth's shoulder and just be like, "Hey, I gotta go to the Poké
What's up?
Center really quick." Oh, sorry. Oh my gosh.
Sorry, I was thinking
you
about
okay?
Gavin. I miss him.
Oh,
Where do we need to
It's
go?
just been. Okay, so I have to go to the Poké Center. I have a package. I gotta go pick up that Poppy left me. If you want to come, you can.
Yeah, sure.
But I'm gonna go that way.
Okay.
Guys, I'm going to the Poké Center. Meet you. Where should we meet?
At
Yeah, we
the
can probably
gala,
just meet you at the
probably?
gala. Yeah, that sounds.
Gala. How do you say it, Tanner?
I say gala.
Gala. Okay.
Yeah.
Gala.
Gala.
We'll meet there. Gala.
We'll meet there because it's not going to take us all that long to get ready. So I figure we can just head over.
Okay, that's fair.
Okay, we'll see you there.
Okay.
Take care, y'all. Vermilion gives you guys like a look and then like a wave, and Vermilion sort of takes off after Tanner's very tall and lanky form that just sort of like splits through the crowd, a cowboy hat disappearing in the distance sort of thing. And Anne takes off and follows after.
Right off into the wind.
Yeah,
God's
somehow walking in the direction of the sunset, even if it like shouldn't be visible from here, nor is it time for
You
the
just
sunset.
hear Western music.
Crazy.
And you hear like an eagle screech in the background.
What's that? There's like the what's
Spurs.
the tumbleweed Pokemon?
Oh
Just
yeah,
going
yeah, yeah.
across.
It's from how they. Oh yeah, I don't remember its name, but I know exactly the one you're talking about.
Call him
Um,
Fumble, the tumbleweed Pokemon. I don't know.
All
All right, we gotta go to the Pokemon Center.
Yeah. here on the North Island, it's pretty quick to find the Pokemon Center. It is honestly way emptier than it has been for the last like 3 weeks. This is not the Pokemon Center you guys stay in normally, or stayed in before you got your Vosco sponsorship, like pseudo sort of housing. But you do immediately notice that with the end of the tournament and most trainers not being like invited to a gala and not a lot of things happening, people are kind of clearing out. You're noticing that like already you're seeing like tons of people starting to sort of leave out of that main area. The lobby for once doesn't have like a line in it. And you see one of the Seafoam Joys just laid out at her counter, just like exhausted, it looks like. But pretty quickly she can help get you your package. You just gotta go up, show her the tracking number. And when you receive it, you receive a classic bog standard like off beige cardboard box with like a tracking slip on top and like packaging tape ready to go.
No, I'm kidding. I don't shake it.
There's a Pokemon.
Shake it. What's inside?
Imagine. Oh, a puppy.
Can I talk to the Joy really quick?
Sure. Yeah.
Or let me ask you this: do you have to check out of a Poke Center? Like, let somebody know you're leaving?
Normally, yes. You guys are not currently staying at any Pokemon Center because you're still at the
Right.
at the Vosco houses.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah.
But, like, people
yes,
check out.
normally. Yes, people do
Okay.
check out.
So as I grab the box, I'm gonna be like, oh, thanks, and then I'm gonna tuck it under my arm, and I'm gonna be like, just curious. I know a lot of people are clearing out. Where do you think the majority of people are going?
Oh. Well. I would think most people are headed north again, given that Route 21 is obviously still quite harrowing to go across. Though I know a few are headed for Cinnabar. But I would think most people are headed north as the highest density of gyms is there.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Okay. You want me to get you a coffee? Are you okay?
I'm fine, thank you.
Okay. All right. Well, thanks
Enjoy-
for the package.
You're welcome.
I'm gonna
And
walk over to Seth.
yeah, you've got this package. You walk over to Seth.
Does she need a coffee or something? She looks really tired.
I asked her, and she said that
Ooh.
she was fine.
Pillow? Maybe not. That wouldn't make sense.
Nah, maybe
Just sleep
she's
at a
at
desk.
work.
Yeah.
Encouraging sleeping.
That
on
would
the...
not be.
That might get it. Let's not get a
it's
Joy
fine.
fired.
Anyway, what'd you get?
But I don't know. Let's open.
You should
and
shake
I
it.
Go ahead and
We're done.
I don't know what's in it. Although it doesn't say fragile anywhere on here.
That's how you
so
find out.
I take it and I just like.
Jostle it.
It is extremely light. And you hear almost like fabric shifting inside.
Oh. Shing! What is it?
Okay. Do you
Because
recall?
that's how cardboard boxes open, everybody.
Yeah, they go pa-ching. You just hit a little button. They go pa-ching.
It's a
But
glitter bomb.
do you recall in session 1, we and sort of since then, you received a sort of token of friendship from Poppy. That happens to be a scarf that is currently fixed around Myrtle's neck, even though she's not receiving any, or fixed around Myrtle's arm that she's currently not receiving any mechanical benefit from.
Yeah, the scarf.
What you see in the box is sort of like in sort of a loose parchment paper, so that it wouldn't like get caught on the cardboard sides of the box, is a same pattern, same color, much larger version of said scarf. That seems to be made for a Pokemon that is a little bit bigger than a Squirtle, and maybe even a little bit bigger than a Wartortle. It seems like maybe Poppy might have sent you something that is future-proofed as a version of a gift she's already given you.
I like take it out and I like flip it and I'm like, whoa.
As you flip it, you hear "Ba-ting!" as something goes flying that was metallic and hit in like folded into the scarf, and you hear it go ding 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 ding
Can I
across
make
the
it? Can I
floor.
make an agility check to try and catch that before
Yeah,
it hits
can
the
we
ground?
like?
Please make an agility check, Zach.
Jeebus. What is it?
Not me not expecting Kenna to immediately go
This-
"Wachoo."
This isn't gonna go
Expect this
well.
from me.
This has fire extinguisher energy.
What?
Oh my god.
What do you want me to roll, Kenna?
I want you to roll at least a 5.
That's asking a
You
lot.
lower
from
those
Matt.
expectations.
A 5?
What's our badge limit?
What's your agility?
Your badge is 2 currently.
Let's maybe go like one above that. I got 3.
Okay.
Oh
okay,
my
okay,
God.
okay.
I
That
rolled a
makes
1.
sense.
It's not my fault. I mean, maybe. It is, I
So
don't know.
Seth, not only do you you try to go for it, like how much energy do you put in trying to go for it?
Full.
Energy? You full Seth?
I dive.
You try to go for it, and it's that thing where
I
you dive
dive.
for it and then miss, and you hear ding 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 ding, and Seth just kind of gives it a slide across the ground, like the apron
I'm
fully
just
just like
like-
letting him slide on the waxed floors.
Oh, is there
There's sort of a
sign
moment where
here? I
every-
think it's wet. on the ground.
Every person in the lobby turns and looks, and then within about 30 seconds looks away.
I put down a hand and I help you up.
Thank you. Your
Jesus.
package is still rolling on the ground though.
Oh my God. And I
And it actually it is. It's sort of like a metallic circular shape, so it's doing the whole
It's got backspin.
Like-
Oh gosh.
and you see
a
probably
grenade.
an inch diameter circular piece of metal on the ground. It's sort of about the same size and weight as a Pokemon badge, but it's not. It doesn't look like a Pokemon badge. And you see it is a laser etched homemade pin that just says top 16 on it.
That's
I
pretty cool.
affixed it to my lapel.
All right. Sounds good. And that's sort of the little gift that you receive from Poppy after having completed your first tournament in your season.
That's incredible.
That's so cool.
That is so cool. Really quick, before we go out and do anything else, I get really excited and I'm like, oh my gosh, wait. And I grab Seth and I haul him outside the Poke Center.
Okay, yep.
And we're outside in front of the doors, but not in people's way. And I go ahead and I bring out Myrtle.
Mm-hmm.
And I show Myrtle the scarf. I'm like, look, Poppy sent you this for when you're really big. And then what I want to do is I want to be like, Seth, will you help me hold it? And I'm gonna hold one end. Seth's gonna hold the other. And then I'm gonna take a selfie somehow with Myrtle, like a banner. And I'm gonna send it to Poppy. And I'm gonna be like, thank you.
With Myrtle's naive nature and with what I rolled for her, the first moment where you pull out the scarf is just genuine confusion of no, wait, that's here. Like the moment of wait. She doesn't track that they're two
Are we gonna be
separate but
matching
similar
or
objects.
something? Are you gonna wear that?
It's the same sort of vibe. But yeah, you can, with a little bit of effort and a little bit of help from Seth, you guys can get a photo taken of you
I
guys
guess that
holding it
buoy on
out.
this counter, then he can.
Yeah. Buoy's
can do the
basically a
timer
tripod
pretty
at this
well.
point.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I
you
send
can
it to Poppy.
And she just texts back, love you. Just short, sweet, just your best friend.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was awesome. Okay. Corinne's trying to emotionally pull herself together. She just feels so happy. What do we? It's been an emotional day. One of my best friends left. The other one just sent me a really nice gift. I don't. Okay, what are we doing? I look at Seth and I just go.
Get ready for the gala, whatever Taylor said.
Gala.
That one, gala.
Gala,
or
hala.
the apple. But we should go get dressed and then prep to go because it's not until later. But stuff can take time, I'm sure. So off we go.
Very true. Off we go.
Okay. And were there any other conversations or anything that you guys wanted to take place before we head to the gala?
Let's stick to one. I think gala. Let's go with gala.
Gala, we'll go gala. Okay, we're setting it
because
all
I'm gonna
we're all
jump
setting
around
for
it every
gala.
time, and I don't want that to be a bit that persists.
Wait. What is it?
We're
Gala.
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 So like a gall. Like a
Gala.
gallstone? Gala.
Wouldn't have
Gala.
Okay. Anyway, I think I'm gonna go back to
Stop being a word to me at this.
our house area
Okay.
place, temporary location, and I'll see if any of my family is there to chat them up. They're gonna be attending.
Yeah, I think that given that that your mother is the only one with a sense of urgency out of the entire family regarding anything for the most part. I think that at this point, the sort of like Ann, Tanner, Vermilion group will have already moved on. But I think that Finn is like barely like starting to do the tie sort of thing. Like Sarah is getting Ollie like into a tiny little like dress shirt. Like it's just like getting everybody together. I think your family is still very much there.
Cool. Hey guys, we are not gonna be late. But we were just checking on you guys, seeing how this was going. Looks to be going good. How are you guys holding up?
Your sister looks at you and goes, it's been an interesting few days, but you know what? I'm excited to get this done. I'm excited to talk to your contacts at Bosco, and then I'm excited to head back to Hoenn, I think, in probably a week or two.
Nice. What, I don't think we had went into more detail on like what you were going to talk to them about with your contacts.
We found, so this is sort of what, remember when I was talking to you about all the fossils in sort of that like underground, underwater cavern system that we found?
Yes.
Well, one of the things that we found where there were these fossils of Pokemon that we recognize, but just a little different. We're thinking we might have found like earlier evolutions of those Pokemon, maybe a common ancestor between certain Pokemon. And we have an almost fully intact fossil that we're excited to resurrect now that we have access to a resurrection machine.
Whoa.
And we want to see what the Pokemon's like.
Can you tell what Pokemon it looks like structure-wise from the fossil?
Yes.
Or
Would you like a spoiler?
that is why I asked the question. Yeah.
Okay. Are you
Yes.
familiar? I mean, you know Growlithe, right?
Yes.
Okay. So Growlithe, hear me out. We think rock type.
That doesn't sound right.
No, but
Why?
it would still have its fire typing, but the sort of bone structure that we found is much more consistent with Pokemon of the rock type variety. And we're hoping that when we resurrect it, we might get some sort of insight into what maybe ancient Pokemon may have looked like, what Growlithe's far ancestor may have been.
I'll lean over and look to my dad. Dad, can researchers lie about like stuff?
There's a moment where he genuinely thinks about it and goes, yeah. Just like you hear it echoing from the distance.
I lean back over and I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, well, show me when it's, I guess, rocky. Is it also still fire?
It
Two?
would, we believe, still contain its fire typing.
Is it just like no fur and it's just rock instead of
Or it might have
fur?
very coarse fur.
Maybe, I don't know. Make it exist again, and then I'll believe you.
Make it exist again. Make me see it before I believe it, and then we'll talk.
But that is cool. You are obligated to show me information and give me any other types of details regarding it. Due to
You do deserve that. You are the one getting us set up with it.
great.
Brother, and she like pulls you in and
yeah.
gives you a big hug.
Okay. I think we need to get ready to go. Where's Ollie at?
Over here, and you see Ollie at like the top of the stairs, now having insisted upon buttoning their own shirt, and the buttons are off by about 2. So one side of the collar is up and one side of the collar is down. Half of the shirt is tucked in. And then the little like black skirt around the bottom is just sort of like wrinkled in places where they obviously sat down.
Excellent. This is
yeah.
the new style.
Yeah.
Like the look, avant-garde. Is that the term for it, Coryne? I don't know.
That is
Yes.
perfect.
Let's go. Cool.
Yes.
Our
Abstract
own little
avant-garde.
fashion person. Cool. Ollie, I have a question for you. If you are not busy changing fashion as a whole,
I'm already dressed.
great, perfect. And I'll go up the stairs and I'll crawl up the stairs and sit so that I'm eye level with them, but I'm just sitting on the stairs. So at the tournament, you were having a lot of fun with Sail, right?
And
Yeah?
then you hear above you, and just Sail at the mention of his name like flutters down and lands on Ollie's head.
Hey, buddy. So I know that you didn't get to battle too much I'm talking to Sale at this point, in the tournament, but I think you were having more fun with Ollie than you were looking at the battle. Is that right?
Spiro! And like immediately starts to like nuzzle the top of Ollie's head.
Okay. Well, I know we still got some other towns and places to hit before we come back to Cerulean and are going to be there for the foreseeable future. Did you maybe want to go back early with Ollie and be able to keep hanging out more?
So Sale's expression is not immediately readable, but Ollie, you immediately hear, really? And that sort of like excitement, it's almost like a meter rising where you see the excitement like fully rise through Ollie, and like it sort of like pops out of Sale where Sale goes, Spiro! And immediately the two, like Ollie like grabs Sale and just like wraps the little bird, and I goes, oh, I'm so excited, you get to come home with us? And you could not get a more jovial yes if you wanted to.
Cool. Well, it's not up to me to make the final decision, but we got to ask your mom first. It's okay. She'll be okay with it. So I think you need to go check with them. They're going to say yes, but just, you got to follow protocols because they make the rules. Do what you want. So up to you.
Can you roll for just like Chaos Uncle? Can you roll like Charm for me, please? Just Uncle Chaos?
Oh, that I explode on. Great.
This is the one to explode on for
that'd
sure.
be 12.
12. Ollie is so like hanging onto every word. He goes, yeah. Oh, okay. And they like run down the stairs. Like they've got
Walk
little
down the
boots
stairs.
on that are going. And they get to the bottom, and you hear like mom, can I? No, uncle, and like just like it's that thing where kids don't even get full words out when they're excited.
And you
I think Sale's also trying to talk too.
Yeah, and you're Sparrow, and you like the whole thing. And after a moment, the children finally stop, and you hear Sarge go, Seth.
Oh, what's up? What's going on? Sorry, I dozed off on the
Did you say
stairs.
Ollie could take Sale home?
That is a great idea, Ollie. I think that Sale still needs a bit more time before he's out and ready to battles. But it's a big responsibility, and if your mom says it's okay, who am I to stop you?
Your father. Full belly laughter from the top of the fucking stairs. Your father cannot contain himself laughing at the top of the stairs. Your mom is you still hear like a hairdryer in the bathroom. She is blissfully unaware of this conversation that is happening. But
Perfect.
your dad is burst out laughing, and your sister just kind of looks down and goes, okay. And she just nonchalant, yeah, sure.
Cool. I will reach into my bag and pull out the Pokeball and hand it over to Ollie and say, this is a big responsibility, and I don't want you to think that this is just something you can be bored with or be done with at the end of the day, because that's not how this works.
Yeah. If there was sound effects in this like world, it would be like holy
I made
music and like yeah, you made them, and there'd be like a ray of sunshine coming through the window, like a little halo would appear above Ollie. And Ollie, you look at your nibbling, and this child has such like genuine joy and like gratitude towards you in this moment, and they just kind of like. And they do that thing that kids do when they get excited, where they just start running in like circles, and they just shouting, yeah. Like it's such a moment that is just like genuinely full of joy. And yeah, Ollie could not be happier with it.
Cool. And Sarah, I don't have a lot of food because he eats smaller rations, but I can give you what I do have if you want it. Or
You're
for
sending him
sale?
to mom and dad's.
I'm gonna go get ready.
Yeah. And as you guys go up and start getting ready to head to the... Okay, wait, which one did we decide on?
Gala.
Gala, like Galsa. Yeah. Okay. As you guys start getting ready to head to the gala, we're actually going to cut to across town. You guys had to move all the way back down to South Island to go and get ready because obviously that's where the Vosco headquarters is. That's where the house is, and we're actually going to pull back out of the house. We're going to pull back into the sky, and we see like the beautiful Seafoam City as it's starting to get closer to night. It's still late winter, so while the days are starting to get longer, sunset's still coming at like 6 o'clock, and the sort of like last traces of the sun are kind of pushing the end of the day, and we kind of bring back down to North Island where we come to the Seafoam Stadium, where we've talked about this before. This is this giant metroplex of like stores and buildings and the arena. It's this like all-encompassing sort of urban center to the city, and we kind of press into, at the top of the ring of the stadium, there is a series of large ballrooms and balconies around the corner, and several of these ballrooms are currently connected into a singular party that has these like high ceilings, like 30-foot high ceilings, these massive windows on the walls. There are sort of these like large open doors that go out to these balconies that are dressed with like these green like vined plants with big beautiful white flowers. And the entirety of the decoration inside is done within like sort of this like white and blue, almost like icy decoration, but not quite snow, more like a beautiful forest in permafrost. And as you sort of like look around, there is probably about 100 people. It's not a large party, but it is enough to where everyone has this sort of cult of personality to them. There are strong egos, there are powerful trainers, there are gym leaders, there's a couple of Elite Four members. And as there's sort of like a flash of white hair, DJ, you are just being entered into the party. You have just been walked past security. You have your outfit on. Would you like to take a moment to describe not only your physical appearance, but your physical actions as you were sort of walking to this party that you were invited to?
For sure. So DJ is a fairly small person. She's maybe only 5'2", long white hair that's kind of braided down like 2 strands the side of her face, and then the rest of her hair is down in the back, down to like basically her butt. And she's got these big green eyes, and she is just like wide. Oh, I know everyone has green eyes. She's got big green eyes.
No, they don't. Everyone's original and unique in their own different way.
Yeah, what?
I picked it first.
So,
You guys are copying me.
listen. She's got these big green eyes, and she's just like looking around at all the decorations, and she's kind of tugging at this dress. She's got kind of square cut top, long poofy sleeves that cinch around her wrists. She adjusts her hat a little bit, and she's just kind of like getting herself ready before she fully walks in. She looks down. Professor, you said I could bring a friend, right?
Yeah.
She looks down at this teeny tiny Ivysaur next to her. And
Tiny
she
little grass type.
kneels down and she goes, "Oh, buddy, your tie's crooked." And she's just gonna like straighten out his little bolo tie. Kind of get it back to center.
And
she can be
to
like-
reiterate, when you say teeny tiny, you mean this Pokemon is a full size category smaller than it would
I
normally be
mean-
found in the wild. Yeah.
Teeny tiny, like fully this size is how big he is compared to DJ. So like
That's
itty
so
itty
small.
bitty bolo
That is so
tie,
small.
and she's just like like tiny. Yeah, it's literally like, I think she probably had to fashion it herself. Like she had to figure out how to make this thing herself. So She straightens out the bolo tie. She goes, "All right, bud, you ready?"
Ivy, sir.
All right, that's what I like to hear. And she's gonna stand up and kind of brush herself off and go. Gonna make her way into the party, see if there's like some snackies. She loves snackies.
Yeah. So you ended up at this party for people who competed in the tournament you've spent the last week watching. Mostly from a fluke of a friend that happened to have an invite that they weren't using. And you sort of look around, and there is this immediate moment where, again, you've spent the last week watching this tournament, and every face in this room is a familiar face, at least vaguely. You would have seen them take place in multiple battles, if not be some of the more important people. Can you go ahead and please roll me a just intelligence roll? So you're just gonna roll your intelligence die plus your badge number.
Ooh. That is a dirty 20.
Okay. Jesus fucking Christ, that's so high
you
for
go.
this game. 20 is such a high number for this game.
I could never.
Yeah.
Listen, she's smart, all right?
Yes.
She got that big brain.
Looking around at the people within this room, you can see that there are a large number of individuals that are very recognizable. I think the two that sort of command the most attention in terms of people that would stand out in a crowd are two of the members of the Elite Four are currently present at this party. You can see that they are both probably in one of them is a woman, probably 5'6", sort of longer orange hair that's kind of cascading down her shoulders. Probably in her mid-30s. You recognize Elite Four Misty. And then standing off to her side, both of them engaged with conversation, probably 5 or 6 people, is standing around probably around 6'1", very bulky, very large in the shoulders, probably reaching his early 40s, is Brock, another one of the Elite Four members. But even outside of Brock and Misty, there are several gym leaders in the form of Forrest, Brock's younger brother, who is the Pewter City gym leader. There's Lieutenant Surge, who is the oldest current gym leader of Vermilion City. He's being he's going around in a wheelchair currently because he is a little elderly and cantankerous. There is Larisha, the gym leader of Seafoam. You see her dark skin, beautiful curly princess hair, in sort of this light blue suit that she's got on. You also see another, I think, sort of person who is very well known that is in this crowd is the Miss Adeline Voss, PhD, and there we go. I was adding the PhD at the end, but we'll do the doctor at the front. We'll put the respect on her name.
I didn't get this far in the tournament.
Founder
just
of
to be
Voska.
First of
And
all.
those are all public figures that are in the room. But you also see Kulono, the winner of the tournament, currently surrounded by 10 people. You see Billy Harrison, the youngest of the Harrison siblings, younger brother to both Forrest and Brock. You see Perry Midnight, who made her way up to, I believe, top 4? Maybe top 8? I'm struggling to recall the top at this moment. But you see Spike Surge is there with his grandfather, who didn't make it quite as far. I believe he was top 32. But you see sort of all of these people who you've been observing over the last several days. Can you go ahead and roll me a D4, please?
Yeah.
3. Okay. As you're starting to you've noted the snack table, and by snack table, it's a sort of open small food buffet with 4 servers and silver platters sort of thing.
Heck yeah.
And there's kind of basically any food you can imagine there. But as you sort of start headed that way, can you now make me an agility check, please, adding your rank?
Oh.
really, really tall heels.
Go for it.
She got these thick platform boots on. But she hasn't worn them in
Hell
a
yeah.
very long time.
Hell yeah.
Slow steps.
You said I get to add my badges.
Yep. That's every roll you
That's
make for yourself that will always add your badges.
That's a 4.
Okay. how do you describe sort of your platform boot, the heel of which catching on the heel of someone else's very large platform boot?
So DJ is beelining for the snack. She's like, she's like not really. She's like trying not to look at people for too long. She's like keeping her. She has like this, like reminiscent of a cowgirl hat on, and she's got like the wide brim kind of tilted down so people won't look her right in the eye because she doesn't think she should be here, and she's like beelining for the food. And as it catches, she like kind of stumbles forward a little bit. She's like, oh my, I'm so sorry. And she's gonna turn around and like go to put a hand on the arm of whoever she just like ran into.
So standing there is a person who you would recognize because this trainer actually managed to make it to the top 8 in the tournament. You see a person with like long red hair, sort of a blonde streak coming down the front of it, in sort of this like amazing outfit with boots that rival your own, if not slightly taller. And they themselves are a taller person. So it's sort of this thing where you go to turn and you go to put your arm on like the elbow and you're like barely touching wrist kind of thing.
I was gonna say, I accidentally grabbed their ass. I'm like, oh,
no.
So sorry.
But it was another individual who was also making a beeline for the snack foods. And as you sort of like go like, oh, I'm so sorry, they like, there's like this moment of like, there was like a feral like need that they were looking for. So as Vermilion turns to you, there's like a, oh, no, that's okay.
Oh,
that's
no,
that's.
I'm really sorry. Sorry, because she would be looking up. I'm so sorry.
Oh my God.
Sorry, let me just.
Yeah, perfect.
Please stop this. Please stop this.
Can you guys put me
Realism,
underneath of Aaron's frame for that? I'm so
Get him
sorry.
Tori, this is your first episode and you're already asking too much from me. This episode, I don't know if this is going to work out.
And she's just like, immediately the braids are like no longer in her hair because she's like nervous, like playing with one of them. She's like, I'm so sorry. Oh, I know you. Well, I don't know you, but you look real familiar.
Can you roll
Vermilion,
me
right?
a intelligence check, please?
Yeah.
Let's check the
Yeah,
board
that-
for things not to say to Vermilion. I know you.
Yeah.
God.
His number one thing.
Good answer. Good answer.
I'm gonna put that sound effect.
That's a 16.
16, you immediately see it's like almost discerning the amount of panic that like flashes through Vermilion's face when you're like, I know you. That
Fight
sort
or
of
flight,
like moment.
Fight or flight. Fight or flight.
And they go, I'm sorry.
From the tournament. You were in the tournament.
Relief. Immediate relief. Relief.
That's why like I know you, but I don't know you, right? Oh, I'm DJ.
Vermilion. Nice to meet you.
It's
Nice to meet you.
Okay,
Pleased to
can
meet
someone
your
have
acquaintance.
regular sized shoes to even this out?
Vermilion takes off the boots. Dunk dunk. What's up?
Jeez.
Oh, I just and she's gonna start rifling through. She's got like this cushioned black heart-shaped bag. And she's
That's
gonna like
cute.
rifle through it and pull out like this teeny tiny notebook that she's been using to kind of like jot down some notes on stuff. She'll go, you're yes, okay. Then she's gonna tuck it back away. So, your battle was incredible. I don't even know. I'm sorry. Do you want to get some food? I'm gonna get some food.
I apologize. Aaron is laughing because Aaron doesn't know how to make Vermilion deal with this because Vermilion doesn't know how to deal with
I think
it.
Vermilion's trying to grab for the hoodie strings.
Yeah,
But
there's
there
like
aren't
they're
any.
like
And
they're
there
like
are
going
none?
for it. There's no hoodie string.
It's like where you were doing the hair thing with this. Vermilion's
Yeah.
like they're trying.
Vermilion's
like,
going for this, but there's no hoodie to pull.
There's
They're
it's
like,
nothing. It's not working.
Yeah, I was gonna go grab food and then also for my friends.
Oh, I can. I was just.
Oh, no, You see, like there's panic of like Vermilion doesn't know how to not be rude here, and they're like, "You could come."
Oh well, if you don't mind. And she's gonna. She goes, oh, and I'm so sorry. I'm being so rude. This here is Aleppo. Aleppo, Vermilion.
They're so small.
Oh yeah, he's small.
Careful with them
But
boots.
he's mighty.
Careful with them boots there.
You are very cute. They say to Aleppo, and Aleppo goes, "Ivy." It just sort of like tilts the head of like, yeah, I guess.
Well, now hang on, and she's gonna go back down and fix the bolo tie again. Because every time he goes like this,
Stop moving.
It
I'm
moves
sorry.
yeah.
Every time he goes like that, he's like making it a little crooked.
Yes, you may.
Yeah,
You may come with us. You may come with me.
Oh.
Vermilion has gone from not knowing how to use to full confidence.
Yep.
You may. Yeah, I'm gonna go get that,
great.
and then we'll go to friends.
Okay, I love little finger foods, and she's just gonna start going on about how good the food looks and how good how good Vermilion did in the tournament, and like just fully. Would I know Zippo's name or no?
Yes, I believe Zippo and Gerber's name were both called out during the tournament.
Okay. And then when Zippo did this and then Gerber did that, and like she's just gonna be going. Like she referenced her notes. She's good to go now, and she's just talking and talking and talking and like nervous talking, just regurgitating every piece of information she knows.
You get like the half one was like, yeah, huh? And then like anytime you talk about the food, Vermilion will turn and go like, yes, smaller is better, and then looks down at Aleppo. Smaller is better.
Smaller is better. I agree. I like the little
this
tiny
Pokemon
finger
is
foods because
cute.
it makes you feel like you're not eating as much, and you just go pop, pop, pop. You
And
know
you
what I
can
mean?
eat more.
Like you could just, you can eat so much more. Well, you're not really eating more, but it feels like you're eating more.
Tanner, this is Aleppo. And Vermilion just points at Aleppo. And you see standing, Vermilion is sort of like taking you at this point as you've grabbed food and taking you to like a small like seating, like not full like seated table, but like one with like the half bench chairs or like, sorry, the half stool chair kind of things. It's like a little too tall. And they are there with like this person who looks very much like Nurse Joy. Kind of weird because it's Nurse Joy, but with like black highlights. It's like, oh, hey, you look a lot like Nurse Joy. And then there is this other individual who also ranked top 8 in the tournament. Tanner with like very like dark like print suit with the purple bolo tie that's like a chunk of amethyst and like the cowboy hat.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I know.
Yes.
He's looking good.
Yes.
And
Boy,
sort of walk up and Tanner goes, "Oh, well, hi, Aleppo, and who's this, Vermilion? Oh, and this is
DJ Werther, please make your acquaintance.
Nice to meet you." And he's gonna lean over and give you a handshake and goes, "Well, DJ, I apologize. I actually don't recognize. Are you from one of the news outlets, or were you an early round contender that I just missed, or who are you?"
Oh, no. I'm just here to learn and observe. So I'm afraid it's a very long story as to why I'm here. But you see, so I'm gonna wait. She's gonna be like, relax. I was just watching the tournament, but I have a friend of a friend of a friend who had an extra ticket, and so I got to come back to here. Because I'm
nice
on like
to
a
have
little.
you.
Well, thank you. I'm just on a little learning adventure here. And oh, I like your tie. You and Aleppo are little twinsies. That's so cute.
Oh, you got a little tie down there too. Yeah.
Yes.
No, it's real good to have you. We're actually just waiting on there they are. We're waiting on a couple more friends. Here, Anne, can you pull up a couple more chairs? And Anne looks at him, does a full look up and down, and then leans back in her chair.
Damn! Damn!
And as Tanner like goes like, I'm just gonna wave him down and grab a couple chairs. And Seth and Coryne, as the two of you walk into the gala, you've been led through security. Do you have any of your Pokemon out, by the way, while you guys are walking in?
How many?
Because there are several Pokemon scattered amongst the gala. as you can see that now I have to do a fucking mental check every time. But there are multiple the Pokemon
And so
out
the
and
bit
about.
begin.
Yeah,
How many Pokemon can we have out?
I would prefer if you kept one just for now.
All of them? Got it. So I think no, I think what I'll do is I'll rotate throughout the night so that all of them get a chance to
Okay.
be there. But upon initial entry, it'll probably be Bowie, just so that he can like make an entrance of how he would normally. And all my little guys got bow ties that match my like headband pattern that I have, just all tied around. So with respectively, just so I can describe it now, Bowie has his little bow tie around his neck. Richter, I think, has 2 around each of his little jet engine things on his head.
Nice.
Normalize Pokemon and ties.
And then Lilip is
Just
going to
a
have
fancy-
one that I think instead of having a bow tie for Lilip, he's going to have just an actual tie that kind of blends in with all of the different little tangles that are hanging off of it.
Tie.
And
Lilip.
that'll be good for him with his little goggles on.
Yeah, 100%. And then what about you, Coryne? You got any of your Pokemon out?
Seeing as how most of my Pokemon are pretty shy, the only ones that are gonna get some turns to be at the party tonight are probably gonna be Myrtle. And then Beatrix is definitely just gonna want to pop out and see what the heck is going on. So
Okay.
Myrtle, you know those like this is so like anyway, it doesn't matter. So Myrtle has a bow kind of on her head. It's navy blue that matches Corinne's suit. And there's like some little crystal raindrops that just kind of drop down off the bow. So that's what Myrtle's rocking, along with her scarf that she has tied in a bow around her arm. And then Beatrix straight up just has like a miniature gold crown on her head.
Fucking
just
queen.
Little
Just
tea.
floating
Queen
around with
shit.
that for the rest of the day.
Queen shit. Yes, we love that.
Yeah. So
Okay.
that's what. But as of right now, Corinne's rocking up with Myrtle.
Okay.
walking-
As you guys walk up, you see Tanner waves you down to a very much like too small table. But there you see the 3 that you've left earlier with this other sort of like white-haired stranger who has the smallest Ivysaur you've ever seen in your life. Very tiny Pokemon. And you guys take it from there.
I
quick-
would like to note if they're sitting, Aleppo is on DJ's lap.
That's valid.
Yeah. So Corinne kind of clocks everybody and is like, "Hey, yeah, we're here," and then sees DJ and like smiles and waves, and then clocks Aleppo and goes, and you see the waving hand just turn into a fist, and you see it kind of start to shake as Corinne gets like taken over by cute aggression and is just like, "Oh my god."
Hi.
My name's Corinne.
Oh, my name's DJ, but I know I'm not the one you're talking to. This is Aleppo.
Oh my god! I mean, I was talking to you too, but hello! Oh my gosh, you're so adorable. You're the trainer?
Yes. Yeah. Hi.
Oh.
DJ. It's nice to meet you,
Ah.
Corinne. Right.
Nice to meet you, DJ.
Hi.
Nice to meet you, DJ. Oh my god, where did you get this little guy? He's so cute. He?
Yeah.
Oh, adorable.
Yeah. He's just a little guy. He's my little buddy.
He's so
Great.
cute. Seth, come,
Hello.
come.
Okay,
look.
I was
Ah,
right behind
look.
you the whole time. Hello. Hi.
Oh.
That is a very tiny Pokemon.
Corinne was like,
Yes.
Was he smaller as a Bulbasaur?
Just a little bit. Not too much smaller. He's
Perfect.
just a pretty little guy. My other one's a pretty little guy too. They're itty bitty. Kind of like
how
me.
long
Hi,
have you
I'm
had him for?
DJ.
Hi, I'm Seth
Um,
Wake.
Hi. Oh, sorry. Full name's Delilah Jane Orther. Hi.
Got it. Got
But
it.
you can
Nice
call me
to meet
DJ.
you.
Nice to meet
Cool,
you.
DJ. Were
I've
you
had
in the
him-
tournament? Or
Oh no.
I asked a lot of questions.
I was in the crowd
Sorry.
in the tournament.
You start
Uh.
with your part of the sentence
Oh.
that you want to answer with.
What were you talking about?
How long
You
have you had
said
your
it.
Pokemon?
Oh, well, I've had Aleppo here for most like a year or two. Professor, is that accurate? Would I have had him for like a year or two?
Tori, write your own faith. This game's
Tori,
made
you
up.
wrote your own backstory. Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
I've had him for a year or two.
He's a 45-year-old tiny little guy.
He's a
If you
tiny
think
little
he's old, you should meet
chain-smoking,
my other
jaded
one.
little
Oh
dude.
man.
You throw out your
Well,
Pokeball, it's just dust.
dust and a little cane.
Yeah.
How
How are you doing, youngsters?
are you doing?
You want a battle?
Ivysaur.
yogurt?
Ivy. No, it's not Ivysaur, it's Ivysaur. Ivysaur. My bag.
His nickname is Cataracts.
Anyway,
Okay, well,
had him for
I've had Aleppo
amount
here
of
for
time.
about 2 years. I caught him back by where I'm from. And I have had him for about 2 years. Now my other one for longer than that.
Oh, nice. What's your
but-
other Pokemon?
Oh, he's just a little guy. He's Riolu. His name's Tabasco, and he's also itty bitty, but he's pretty shy. So I
Great
thought this
name.
might be a lot for him. Yeah, they're
That's
small, but they
nice.
pack a punch.
But second question: were you in the tournament too? I don't. think
I was in the crowd.
Saw you.
No, I didn't participate.
Gotcha.
I'm not in it for the battle end, although I ought to try to get more battles in. But
Hey, me too.
no,
I've
I was
been
just
convinced otherwise.
You should battle each other.
yeah.
No. What?
Oh, well,
Not everything's
well,
about
part-
battling, Corinne.
I don't think
When
right
did
now
I
is
ever
really the
say
right
it
place
was?
for that. Oh,
I do respectfully disagree.
I'd respectfully disagree. I'd respectfully disagree too if I had a little like Miss Magius.
Miss Magic is correct. That's little Miss Magic.
She's a real cute.
Yeah, she is. And you hear like sort of behind you, there's like a ghostly chill, and you just hear like a little like giggle behind you as sort of like you feel a ghost type that is nearby and invisible. And Tanner just
Not
smiles a
even
little bit more.
phased. Not even phased. She's
That's fine. Yeah, ghost types are dope.
she kind of pulls up her sleeves and you see like a patchwork tattoo sleeve with like elements of ghost type symbology on her arms. And she's like, I don't have any ghost type right now, but any chance I get, I teach my little guys ghost type moves. I was having a
That's
great
cool.
time watching.
Yeah, that's interesting. You see, like you have genuinely piqued like Tanner's full attention at this point, as
Inked
he's
up?
like inked up with ghost types. However, I mean, I think I rolled for this earlier, but let me double check.
You have like an ice
Yeah.
type tattoo right there.
Right here, just cold as ice, ice in my veins.
Stop.
As you have Tanner's full attention, you immediately lose it because what happens is you see like he's looking at you, and then he looks past you, and you see his face go like pallid white, like just like pale, like white, and he goes, "Actually, I think I'm gonna, I'll be right back." And he walks in the opposite direction of where he was just looking. For the other two of
Did
you
we
who are
clock that?
familiar, it's so obvious there's no way you wouldn't have. When you turn over, several of you guys have like a vague idea of who this might be. 3 of you have met this person. As you see kind of like walking around in this like gorgeous sort of like silver shimmering dress is one Sammy Annie. And the popular Pokegram influencer and Pokemon, and she is walking around.
Gavin! No, I need Gavin to be here.
And Tanner has disappeared. He is nowhere to be seen.
I see Sammy and my mouth like drops open and I quickly like side eye Seth and I start having like that silent eye conversation of like, them? No. What? Are you kidding?
Bro, DJ's looking back and forth between the two of you, and she's like, "Is something bad?"
No,
Anne is gonna go
no.
lean forward. Yeah, Anne lean forwards for the first time in this whole conversation. Goes, "No, they used to be a thing."
said it. Okay.
What? They used to be.
Oh,
You took all the fun out of it. All right.
I'm not one for gossip, but yeah, they used to be a
had some
thing.
type of, like,
Oh, well, you could call that now.
I reckon
The
they probably did.
bad
given
breakup.
How
It was-
fast he walked.
I mean, it was
away.
all over Pokegram. You guys didn't see that?
When?
hey,
I'm
careful
gonna let
scrolling
you
that back that
spiral
far.
off
That's
camera.
good.
into that. Yeah, that's deep. You don't want to. You don't want to find any tweets from 2012 in there. You're good.
Oh no!
Yikes. Okay. I put it down. I put it back.
Anyway, cutting that. Seth will look to DJ and we'll say, so DJ, you came here to watch the tournament. You didn't like participate or anything like that, and you
Right.
don't do battling, or what's
Well,
your?
I do. It's kind of it's a long-winded story, and I'll save you the trouble. But
Party's about to end. I don't know if we have enough time.
oh, I know. So I'll give you the shortened version then. Short like me. So it's essentially I'm just learning. I'm not really a battler. My family does Pokemon rehabilitation, and so
Ooh.
to get out on my own, I know a lot about Pokemon, how they live and breathe, but not so much how they battle. So I've been trying to learn. Trying to
Interesting.
get a whole
I
360 view of how Pokemon operate.
get what you mean. My family runs the daycare up in Cerulean, and we do some
Oh.
rehabilitation, but not
Oh,
too
Seth
much.
Wake.
Yeah.
Wake.
Coolest
Yes.
family on the planet.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, sorry.
I forgot your last
Seth
name. Sorry.
Werther.
It was
Werther.
Werther, DJ Werther. Sorry, you said my name
Yeah.
like in a emphasized way.
Oh, no, I was realizing, I know your parents. Mighty nice people.
Like, know them,
I've
know them?
heard.
Yeah, so I came here from Cerulean.
Ooh.
I'm not from Cerulean, but Cerulean was my second stop on the way here. So I just was there right before I came here.
Called a Pidgeot taxi. You can kind of get anywhere from any
Yeah.
place. Yeah.
yeah.
That's fair.
Just to save
so-
the clarification for the
Were
people
you-
who looked
were you-
confused when Cerulean and Seafoam are not fucking near each other at all.
You-
I just walked right over the ocean.
And hit no other cities on the way down.
Right.
were
So-
you visiting the daycare or?
No, I
Were you
was
doing the
I was
gym?
challenging the gym.
Oh
So-
wow.
So I started in Celadon, and then I challenged the gym there because obviously Aleppo and Vasco had pretty easy time up there. And then I went to Cerulean because I thought that would be a good next stop. And then I was talking to your dad before the battle about what my family does and how my dads do rehabilitation. And then he was like, "Oh, I think you might like to meet my wife," except he sounded more like, "I think you might like to meet my wife." And so then they
That's a really good impression.
so,
I think you might like to meet my wife.
My wife.
she's so nervous. She's just talking out of her ass.
That's
man.
great.
I fucking
That's
love it, dude.
Perfect.
She's like, and then I went to talk to your mom because I reckon one day I'm gonna be a tourist.
Ranger?
I went to talk
I
to
feel
your
like
mom
that's
because I
the
wanna be a
cadence that
ranger.
DJ had of it being like, I want to be.
Ranger?
A ranger?
Yes, exactly.
Oh yeah,
Um,
yeah. She was a great.
I wanna be a
and
ranger.
yeah, is although she's retired,
Oh.
but like, she doesn't stop doing.
Well,
stuff.
she gave me a great lot of insight. So I talked to her for a while, and then they took me to the daycare, and I got to wander around there for a bit, and then now I decided to come down here for the tournament because they said that there's a big tournament happening in Seafoam, and I thought that would be a really great place to learn. So I came down here, and I took a bunch of notes, and she's kind of rummaging through her bag, and she pulls out a notebook, and there's like sticky notes hanging out of all the sides and stuff.
Yes.
And a big pen like literally taped to the front of it that has tape like wrapped around it in multiple places, like she does it every time she puts her
Every
notebook
time.
in.
That's
Yeah.
funny.
There's gotta be a better way.
Yeah, it's spiral
clips.
bound. She could just clip it
Oh,
in the
yeah.
spot.
Real quick, Tori, can you roll me a D8, please?
Oh, sure. 6.
Okay, good to know. Thank you.
Could never.
No, no, no,
Um,
no. Why'd you do that?
Yeah, well, I mean,
Oh.
they should be here too later, I think. Otherwise, it'd be kind of weird that they were getting ready for some event. And they didn't come here. But that's cool. How was the battle with my dad? Was it? I'm sure it was easy with the type advantage of the
Yeah,
sword
it
guy?
wasn't too bad with the top advantage. Yeah, it was good. It was fun.
Nice.
Battle is not. I'm trying to find more enjoyment out of it. Tabasco
Makes sense.
seems to like it a lot more than Aleppo, but Aleppo's right darn good at it, right, bud?
Ivy. And just like once again, like rolls up, like is not paying attention to the conversation
Yeah.
and was just sort of there.
Oh.
And
feel
DJ
like
was kind of
if I
if he
may-
had hair.
If I may, I
Just
feel
rest
like
of the leaves on top.
Yeah.
Myrtle at this point, because Coryne has been like standing kind of close the whole time. Myrtle
Meriddle.
has, like,
Riddle me
Uh,
this, Batman.
Jesus Christ! I make one mistake. Okay. DJ, you're gonna feel like two little turtle hands, kind of like on your knees if you're sitting down, as Myrtle's kind of like looking at Aleppo and just like saying hi and maybe like creating little like water things and like kind of like splashing them up in the lights to create rainbows. As Myrtle's just kind of like introducing herself to Aleppo
Yeah.
and just trying to make a friend.
Hey there, darling. Oh, she's so cute. Look at her. If she's
Yeah.
like blowing bubbles and stuff, Aleppo is popping them with the vines that come out of his bud.
Like to think with that Myrtle's doing that gentle thing and then Bowie just slapping his hands on Myrtle's back, climbing on the shell to get over top. And he's just like
Myrtle's like,
Dude.
what?
he's just on top climbing. And he's like, I can do bubbles too, and it's just doing steady water. Just
Seth, can you roll me a d6, please?
he's like watering
This is
the
best
bulb of
dance
plant.
party ever.
Do I explode or no?
No.
6.
Okay, good to know.
And then I'm
As
just
she's
gonna pick him
popping
up from his bow
bubbles.
tie, and I'm just gonna be like, "All right, buddy, you don't know bubble. That's not how that works." And I'll just say, "Sorry, Myrtle," and I'll just set him next to her on the ground.
It's just there's a light puddle on the ground right now, just sort of like going off in distance.
DJ's skirt is drenched.
I'll
She
say,
doesn't
all right,
care.
hold on,
She doesn't
hold on.
care.
I'm gonna swap out Bowie for Anchor, and I'll say, "Anchor, mop, swap the deck."
Mop.
Swap the deck.
The little like plant tentacled creature go leap, poof, and then like the little like vine just grabs onto the edge of your skirt, and like it's like a syringe the way it just all directly into the Pokemon. Leap. And like sort of like you see these like little like tendril vines just look happy and rejuvenated at the water.
Oh well,
Mops up the puddle
was
there too.
cute.
Yeah.
y'all just have the cutest little Pokemon.
Efficient for cleaning and great
Very.
for battle. That's his tagline. Working on it, but I think
Efficient at cleaning.
was there anybody else that you were like trying to meet here at the gala?
Honestly,
I'm
I
sorry.
wanted to talk.
You got
well,
you
I
made
did.
it a thing.
I did want to talk to Tanner about Little Miss Magic and where he got her, but it seems he's gone MIA.
I see him behind
who
the
is
DJ
that?
booth.
Yeah, he's
that's-
he's
Oh, I don't
hiding
have a
back
booth.
there.
Kid.
Ha- I'm sure your battle with my dad was very easy with the puns. I think that is that's Sammy Annie. That is a person.
Mm.
So we could go find
Sure
Tanner if
is.
you want, and talk to him if you're needing to.
No, that's all right. I
Figure
can
out
I can make
more.
my way around to him later. I don't know. Is there anyone y'all want to talk to? I was just gonna bebop around until someone something. Not that I think anyone would kick me out, but
Well, not now. You're hanging out with us.
You do have an invite,
They can't
right?
kick you out if you're with
Yeah.
us.
I do have an invite. Sorry,
Okay.
I was telling Tanner and Vermilion and Anne here. I have a friend of a friend of a friend who had an extra invite, and so I kind of backtracked, and they gave it to me, and then I don't even remember their.
As you say
Worked out
Vermilion's
good.
name, for the first time, they key back into the. They've just been staring at Aleppo this entire time. Vermilion goes,
Oh my
What?
god.
What?
Vermilion.
"What?
Welcome
was-
back
I was-
to the conversation, Vermilion.
Are you back?
Yeah,
Okay.
Are you sure?
Y'all right?
sorry, I was. Pokemon's really cute."
Hypnotized.
Oh, thanks.
What was your name again?
Jesus.
Yeah.
Or his name.
No, yours.
Seth Wake.
Shut up.
DJ.
DJ.
Werther.
DJ. Aleppo. DJ. Okay.
DJ
And they
Aleppo,
just sort of
and
slink
then-
back into their chair.
Fade back into the shadows.
Well.
But yeah, trainers, was there anyone else at this party that you were wanting to speak to while you have the opportunity? You have precious amount of time before this party will be eventually over. You only can talk to so many people, and there are a lot of groups surrounding a lot of different people. So if you want to try to talk to somebody, it's gonna be a couple rolls to get there.
Go first.
I just have a question. I know Vermilion's been hanging out with us, but they're pretty recognizable with like their hair and their, you know, look and how tall they are. Is anybody else looking intently to talk to Vermilion? Or like
So-
giving Vermilion looks?
This has actually been something that's been going on in the background. Vermilion has been just like faded off, not paying attention to other people. But
Right.
every time somebody starts like approaching the table with like, it seems like sort of like an intention to talk to Vermilion, and just sort of guard dog stares at them until they walk away.
Fucking love you,
Scary
Anne.
Anne.
God damn. Joyless for the win, dude. She fucking... God, I love her.
And she just like intently like will look at someone, and then they'll slowly
Mhm.
a few people have like gotten even closer, and then the stare just deepens a little. Like goes like kind of Kubrick, and then they'll go away. Nobody's gotten past
Start
that
to
yet.
hear some growling. Like, whoa.
Jesus.
Chansey comes out of a Pokeball with a fucking baseball bat with nails in it, ready to
Nails
go.
in it.
I think I do want to talk to Adeline Voss at some point so that I can see what our next step is with
I'd like to go with you on that
partnership.
conversation.
And see how that goes, and then who is around her at the moment? If I could like,
Right
the
now,
crowd.
if you will roll me a d8, I will let you know.
I gotta do.
Because you asked the
Because-
question. Also, can I roll me a d4, please?
Oh.
No.
I exploded. Do I need to roll more?
it
or
doesn't
no?
matter. It's just an 8. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Well,
3.
thanks. I don't do that often.
Okay, so as you look for Adeline Voss, you said 3, Kenna? Okay, I'm gonna write
Yep.
that down. Okay.
Mm.
As you look over at Adeline Voss, somehow,
The
some
Graham.
way, very much against it's Graham, very much against her will, somehow the CEO of a major company is currently locked in conversation with the extremely energetic, spiky-haired Genki, who is currently speaking at top speed, and like you at a distance
Babe.
do not understand what the fuck he is saying. As you
we
see,
should
Adeline Voss is
stop
politely
that.
but just unfocusedly staring through him.
We should
Here.
go stop that.
Why don't... Yeah, I'll pull Genki. You talk to boss.
Yes, and then just lose them and then circle back. DJ, you're
Got
welcome
it.
to come along too if you'd like.
Yeah.
I think Vermilion and you guys are good, right? It looks.
I had some people I'm going to talk to, so I think I'll walk around too. And Anne goes, "Oh, really? I guess we're going to go talk to people."
Great.
Like Anne
Great.
has assigned herself to be Vermilion's guard dog.
Damn.
Thanks,
I
Anne.
don't
Yeah.
love that.
Mhm.
Cool. We will go. Okay, team. Hands in. Break. We don't do that. All right,
Break.
I'll just start walking.
Yeah, yes, we do. And I like nudge DJ. I'm like, yes, we do. We do that.
I'm here for it.
Okay. Walking
that-
up, you. Oh, sorry. What were you gonna say, Tori?
I was gonna say,
go
I
for
don't
it.
know that I want to talk to Adeline Boss, but that fella she's with seems real cool. I might talk to him.
Love that. Let's go.
Okay.
I watch Matt have an aneurysm.
I like
CEO.
turn.
Hyperactive child. I gotta
I
talk to one
turn
of
to
these.
Seth. I turn to Seth, and I'm like, "This is gonna be the easiest pull ever. You just watch."
Cool.
As you walk up, and he goes, and that's why I'm so appreciative of the people in this region, because you guys have such amazing things going on, even with all the terror stuff going on.
Yankee!
Hi guys, when did you get here? You see Adel and Voss
Hey!
like key back into the conversation.
Hi,
Hi,
when
hi.
Hey, so Genki, I just wanted to say, hey, good to see you again. That battle was pretty crazy.
It was really, really good. I think Orby is gonna need a little bit for his ego to like recover when it comes to it, but I really think that like my Pokemon gave it a really good shot, and I'm really excited to see what we're gonna do here in this region.
Heard. This is DJ.
Oh, hi DJ. I'm Genki. Nice to meet you. I'm from the Hoenn region. I actually come from all the way across the little sea over there.
Oh, you're from the Hoenn region? Oh, that's so
Yeah.
cool. I would love to talk to you about some of your Pokemon. Do you mind if we just go and talk?
Oh
over
yeah,
there?
100%. Yeah. Oh, so really, what I've got on me, and you just see he starts unloading, talking about his like Manetric, his Magnemite, just like going
She pulls
off
out
about
her
all those-
notebook and is furiously
Oh,
scribbling.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Let's go. Okay, so Seth and Coryne, you are left there with an Adel and
Best teamwork
Voss
ever.
who,
Thank you, you're welcome.
as a server walks by,
Thank you.
she grabs a glass of red wine, sighs, takes a large sip from it. It's so nice to see you.
I'm sorry, I need to socially recharge my battery after that just got drained. This is Seth talking to Boss. So I can only imagine that was a lot for you, and I was coming to talk to you at this event, but if you need a second of silence to like recuperate after that,
Any
Totally
amount of
understandable.
conversation sounds like silence compared to that young man.
great. Well, we did good in the tournament. So
You did. You should have
Uh,
received a reach out from my office.
we did from the office.
And he just like holds it up. He's like, it's a sponsorship in like key letters. Yeah.
Cool. Yes. Read and received. But great party you put together. That's everything going according to plan, like event wise.
Everything seems to be going exactly as planned. It was a bit of a surprise that young Mr. Lono was able to win our tournament, but I could not be happier with the sort of publicity we've gotten from this tournament. I think it's been very good. I think, honestly, when it comes down to it, you had one of the most marketable moments of this entire tournament.
I don't know. We got kind of smacked pretty hard by Perry. I don't know if that's marketable.
I was referring to your battle a few rounds earlier against Miss Aria Driftwood, I believe.
Oh yeah, that one.
That is
Yeah,
someone who is not going to be scouted by sponsors this season. Not marketable, not after that.
Yeah, check back on her with that. That was definitely a battle. But I feel really bad for that Pokemon. But I'm glad people saw that in a good way, I guess. It's never good to highlight those types of things, so it was kind of sad
Oh,
that that
clips
was-
of it are currently trending on the Vosco sponsorship page.
Good. That's good. Cool. Great. Well, we were just kind of checking to see, in response to what you were saying earlier with Kulono winning, who did you think was going to win from your own judgment? I know you're a fan
I
of
think I was
dragons,
with
for you.
most people that I believed Mr. Harrison was going to win, but I was pleasantly surprised.
I thought you were going to be a Perry fan.
Not as much. Ms. Midnight does not strike me as someone who, as a trainer, there is a lot of being a trainer that I think is sort of an ethereal nature to who you are as a person, and I think Miss Perry Midnight has that.
Really? She seemed nice.
Nice, polite, friendly, not much else. But in terms of how you both performed very well. In fact, with your performance, have you managed to meet yet? And you see that as Adel and Voss is talking, she sort of like waves her hand to like call someone over. Kenna, can you roll me a D8 re-rolling 8?
Okay. 6.
6. Okay. Actually, have you
Casual
managed to
explosion.
meet young Mr. Harrison yet? And at this point, you see that she sort of like waves over, and you see Billy Harrison, the runner-up for the tournament.
Okay, I was like,
I
which
believe-
Harrison?
Yeah,
There's a
Billy
couple.
Harrison. Billy is the one who was in the tournament. Yeah, there's currently 4
There's
Harrisons at this
4
party.
Harrisons here, yeah.
Because as Billy starts to walk over, you see he's leaving someone who looks like a sort of like slightly shorter, like more effeminate version of himself, as his twin Tilly Harrison is still over
He
there.
can astral project.
Okay. And as Billy starts to come over, by the way, I'll just let you know right now, DJ, you have gotten within about, it's like a shotgun of information with Genki. You got everything you needed in about 15 seconds if you at any point want to come back. It's not hard to leave him in conversation. He'll just find someone else to talk. Just letting you know.
Back
Yeah,
there, just attached to the next surface nearby him.
Exactly.
Yeah, if she sees Billy Harrison start to come
Yeah.
over, that's like someone she really wants to talk to. So she'll
Ripcord.
she'll give Seth and Coryne like a couple of minutes and then probably come back.
Okay. So as
You can pull a How I Met Your Mother and go,
yeah.
have you met Genki?
Have you met Genki? Dr. Voss calls over Billy, and you see he kind of like politely walks over, and he goes, "Yes, ma'am." And she looks. Have you met 2 of our up and coming trainers who have been offered sponsorships here at Vosco? This is young Mr. Seth Wake, who I think you may be familiar with, and this is Coryne Willows, another trainer who competed and got up to top 16 this year. And Billy goes, "Yeah, I think you and I met at a gym leader thing a few years ago, right?"
Yep. Yeah, a while back.
Yeah.
You and your sister and other siblings.
Yeah, I got a
at the
lot of them.
time. Yeah.
And I almost went up against you, actually, had battles gone a little bit differently. In fact, you had a really good battle. I mentioned that when I passed you in the locker room. Right.
Yes. Yeah, you sure did. Yeah. Thanks, by the way. You were phenomenal.
Well, I have to admit I'm a little disappointed I didn't win, but it's mostly because I was excited to try some things with the Omni Stone. Unfortunately, he looks over at Miss Voss. I'll have to wait till it comes out on sale like everyone else. And Dr. Voss sort of looks at him and smiles into her glass of wine. And there is this moment where I'm not going to make you guys roll like to see what she's thinking. As she sort of glances around the entire party, it's like every single one of the people at this party is a prospective customer of the product that she's about to launch.
Yeah.
This is a like she's about to make money.
Jesus.
He looks over and goes, "But I have to admit, from what I saw of your battles, I was very impressed. You guys are rookie trainers, right?"
Yep.
Yeah, first time this circuit.
First time on the circuit, for sure.
And it's early in the season. You can't have more than, what, 2 or 3 badges?
2. The last one we had was with Brand on the bar because no
We
one
went for Cinnabar early.
went there.
Yeah.
Well, we had some trouble in Palette, so decided to take that route.
So you were there then?
Yeah. Yeah, we were there during that time.
My condolences. That's rough to deal with. I think that hit everybody a lot that day. But
Did it get publicized that people got their Pokemons back?
yes, that was a big story that like there have
Okay.
been like trainers that got it back. You very specifically were not attached to that story, if you remember.
I knew
correctly.
that. I was gonna
Yeah,
say
yeah,
like, well, I'm glad they got their Pokemon back, but I didn't want to be like,
Yeah.
I'm glad they
Secret
got
information
I'm glad
that you wouldn't know.
We
Yeah, yeah.
delivered their Pokemon back.
Seth Wake.
Sorry, we had to save the day real quick. Sorry, I couldn't do a gym battle. I was too busy fighting terrorists.
But if you're
But,
already getting scouted for Vosco this early in your first season and you top 16 to a tournament like this, I'm going to keep an eye out for you guys.
Great, that's good. I'm assuming not. In like
Yeah,
a-
it just means that I'm excited to get to battle you once you're up to full strength.
yeah. How far along are you in the circuit currently?
Oh, I haven't gone for any of my badges yet this season.
Oh, are you doing it like later?
Yeah, mostly training for the first half of the season. I was really hoping to get my hands on an Omni Stone before we started doing our public battles for this season. And once again,
you
he
looking-
tosses a look to to Dr. Voss, and she just continues to just be there.
Who are you looking to evolve? Because I'm remembering correctly, it seemed like all of your team were like end of
I've
their
got a couple
line.
heavy hitters that haven't premiered yet on a public circuit. And I don't want to say too much, but there are some evolutions that I suspect exist that I haven't seen yet. I don't think anybody's seen yet.
Interesting.
That's seems like a very large scientific discovery that you're casually kind of just saying. Is that
Well, I do work very closely with, the Pewter Museum. Everybody in my
Oh.
family does. Everybody
Yeah.
does.
Oh,
sense?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, hey, if you ever want to talk shop, send over your info. And we
Yeah,
can-
here, let me get
chat.
you. And he kind of like reaches out and pulls out his Pokegear. And you
Shut up.
see that he's got kind of like a numpad open. Do either of you want to give Billy Harrison your contact information?
Oh yeah,
sure.
Bowie. I'll just hold Bowie up on the screen.
He goes, da-da-da, da-da, dunk, dunk, ding, 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 dunk, ding, dunk, ding, 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 ding. Da-da-da.
Hidden ability. Who knows?
Inability technology.
Just like a look. Yeah, and as this conversation is happening, I think DJ, this would be a moment that you would find that you would be able to walk back into the conversation.
Okay. So she'll just kind of stride up inside and go, "Man, I thought I could talk. That kid has a gift of gab." Whew.
Welcome back.
Dr. Voss goes, "You have no idea." And there's like a moment of solidarity there between the two of you. I'm sorry, I don't believe I know who you are.
Oh, that's mighty rude of me. Hi, I'm DJ Werther. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well. Did you have a invitation to the party?
I do. Yes.
I apologize. I just didn't recognize you from the tournament, so if you came with
No,
someone,
that's all right.
obviously.
I'm friends with, and then gonna point to some
Does the
part
chain,
of
he
the
goes,
crowd.
That
Yeah.
makes sense. Yeah.
I'm friends over there. Yeah. So.
Oh. Well, Ms. Werther, this is, I believe, recognizable, Mr. Billy Harrison, and these are, oh wait, I believe you walked up with these. These are Coryne Willows, Seth Wake. I believe you've met.
My hand out.
And you see that there is a moment where, like, Dr. Voss, like, starts to, like, say something, and then she gets, like, a zzz on her wrist, and she goes, "Some duty calls," and she just seems to, like, walk off, and you see she starts to, like, she doesn't walk off into the party, she just kind of walks, like, out the front doors.
Oh,
Good night.
Weird.
Yeah, it seems like she just kind of left.
How
Are the
much
doors
time is
solid?
left on the party?
Are the doors solid?
ethereal.
No, there's,
walks
yeah, they just, they're plasma, actually. You can just sort of go
Shut
through
the
them.
fuck up. I meant, like, are they opaque? Like, can you see through them? What the fuck?
What
The
sound
front
effect do I
doors,
need to
yes.
use for the door? Is what she's asking.
Yeah, the main doors
Just a
to come and go
sigh.
from the party lead to like one of the outer hallways that leads down into the actual stadium. Whereas like, so what she went through would be like opaque metal doors. Yeah.
Okay, so I can't see what direction.
No, she just heads downward back into the stadium. But that leaves you three alone with the runner-up to the tournament, who people don't seem to want to just walk up and talk to.
Yeah.
So any questions you have for Mr. Harrison are here.
You have any recommendations based on how you saw us battle that would be warranted advice?
Well-
I guess. I don't know. I don't usually do the battling stuff, so I kind of wing it anytime I do.
I did have a couple of things I wanted to throw your way. I noticed that you're using a fossil Pokemon, actually a little bit of a rare one here in Kanto for that.
Yeah. My sister actually found it back in Hoenn. And
Okay.
with the internship I'm trying to
Wait,
get at Bosco.
Wake, your sister, Sarah.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, the Pewter Museum. She works occasionally with us. Yeah. Yeah, I heard they just found something really. Actually, do you know what your sister's working on right now?
Aside from a whole bunch of lying, just kidding. She did tell me some information, but I don't know how much of it I can disclose
Okay.
Or
He
based on
looks at.
NDAs. She didn't tell me anything.
He looks kind of like the three of you, and you see now earlier sort of the same expression that popped up when he was talking about his plans for the Omnistone earlier. where he kind of like leans in. It's like he just wants to tell somebody about this so bad, but he also knows that like it should be a secret kind of thing. He goes, actually, it was your sister's research that kind of put me onto what I'm currently looking at right now. Your friend, you're friends with Vermilion, right?
Yes.
So you know Scyther as a Pokemon.
Yes.
I don't think Scizor is the only evolution of Scyther. I think that before they had access to refined metal, there may have been a different evolution for Scyther, and based off some fossils and some etchings we found, I think it might be a rock type Pokemon. And I'm
Coryne,
thinking
like,
with
turns to
the
Steph and is like,
Mhm.
I was gonna say, yeah, a very rocky theme. Is it? Did you guys just not brush off all the rocks from the ground when unearthing? This is a rock type. I think you just found
Are
it.
you sure?
in a
No,
stack of- I think
just
you
found a
I
rock.
think you just found a rock.
To be fair, it is really funny that like fossil Pokemon by nature are all rock type Pokemon, and then the two Hisuian Pokemon that I'm referring to are both rock types as well. Is really funny now that I think about it. That's a total
I think
coincidence.
The world building speaks for itself.
It speaks for itself. I didn't build that world.
No. But that's interesting. What? I mean, do you think the Omni Stone would do something like that? Evolve a Pokemon to a past form of evolution?
So that's one of the things, right? Is with how chaotic the Omni Stone is, because honestly, we haven't gotten our hands on one yet. I know your dad was fighting to get access to one early for a long time,
Yeah.
but we think that because it's such a chaotic sort of mess of evolutionary energy, that it might be able to unlock evolutions that might be locked behind specific regions, specific territories, specific energy types. You've seen in my battle, I had my Alolan Golem. We have a theory that maybe an Omni Stone might be able to evolve a normal Geodude into an Alolan Graveler, maybe into an Alolan Golem. Because it's such a chaotic mess of energy, and like you see him getting like really excited thinking about like all of the different sort of like things that might apply to something that is so unknown.
Yeah. It felt like there was more to that sentence.
No, that was it. That was the whole sentence.
Okay, got it. Interesting. How, aside from the potential evolutions that could come from that, how do you feel about the Omni Stone as a whole? Like, you don't see anything wrong with it?
I mean, if the research pans out that it is safe, at what point is it different than any normal evolutionary stone?
I mean, that's fair, but I don't know. I still
This
have
is
some
assuming all
weird
like
feeling.
ethical
Of
checks are passed. Like if
Yeah.
we found out for some reason that like down the line there might be other issues, which is one of the reasons why I'm actually glad Vosko's holding the stone so close to their chest, because they even mentioned when they did their whole announcement that their first release of the Omni Stone is going to be a limited run. That means those rocks are going to be pricey.
Have you talked to Kulono at all to see what his plans are with his stone?
We had a bit of a conversation after our battle, and actually, it's really funny. He actually has no plans for his stone. I was speaking to him. Every member of his team is fully evolved. He
That's
didn't
what I
actually
saw
come
from
for
the
the Omni
stands.
Stone. Yeah,
Yeah.
we were talking. He's a fun guy. If you get the chance to talk to him, you should. He just came for the tournament. He didn't actually care about what he was winning. But now that he has it, obviously, no trainer in their right mind would give up an Omni Stone.
That's fair.
Corinne's mind, as they're talking about the Omni Stone and they're talking about the ethics of it, and Seth kind of brought that up. And then when Billy starts talking about how happy he is that Vosko is holding it so close to her chest, Corinne's mind flashes back to the weather cam of Graham walking into the building.
Mm-hmm.
And she gets that feeling that something is happening behind the scenes that might it's just not right. She doesn't know if it's like evil or bad but like something's wrong. And kind of like zones out of the conversation a little bit and is just looking over the gala.
As you're
through
having
everybody.
those thoughts, can all three of you roll me a d4 and anyone let me know if they roll a 4 or not?
Disgusting.
3.
Ooh.
Okay, good to know. So none of you happen to be looking in the right direction. but you do.
I could roll again if
feel-
you want me to roll.
I could, yeah, whatever you need.
No,
to
that's
do.
fine.
Can you
It's
make
fine.
it the right direction? Change your
Um,
numbers.
No, but as you sort of like are having those thoughts, Coryne, and looking off into the distance, all of you feel a very light, like boom, like a slight tremor through the ground. And it's one of those things that's so light and it's so like minuscule that like a lot of people would just be like, oh, something dropped somewhere, like maybe like a door slammed a little too heavy. But you are in a room of some of the most in tune with their environment, survived life and death situations people ever. And when 40 people go dead silent out of the 100 that are in the room, the moment that happens, heads turn around. Where a lot of people in the room noticed that, and almost like half of them procced it as this is not something that is normal. And there's that moment where people start to like look around at each other, and even the DJ, like noticing everything, like pauses the music.
I think DJ just does that verbally.
Like-
Awkward.
Slider. But fucking beat drop right after the tremor. Boom. No. So no.
That'd be
Good
so
acoustic,
dope,
that.
though.
Good bass.
But as you like start to look around, then there's another. And at this point, even though it's a very light tremor, the lights flicker just a little bit.
Ooh. Mm-mm.
And people who were looking in the correct direction, anyone
us,
who's looking,
so.
not you guys, are all beginning
Yeah.
to go, hey, whoa, wait, like you hear like people like, and you see, because remember I talked about that this is a balcony that is up on top of the stadium. So you've got the large like room, and then it sort of like looks out to both the south and east of the stadium. And somebody calls something out, and you see in the distance, there's like a little bit of like light blue ambient light coming from South Island. Specifically the west coast of South Island. Sorry, I mentioned the wrong directions earlier. South and west of the two directions that you're looking at. And it's that moment where there is sort of like a, hey, get out of my way kind of moment where people start to like say something, and one person out of the crowd you see in sort of that light blue suit you noticed earlier, Larisha, the gym leader of Seafoam, runs out in front of the crowd, and in that moment she kind of sprints out one of the outer balcony doors and just fucking jumps, and you hear the sound of a Pokeball opening and off onto you see at this point a like this beautiful like blue and white swan Pokemon that she's on the back of take off into the sky. And there's a moment where people start to like look at each other, and like there's that murmuring. Are you guys like feeling anything in this time? Are you doing anything? Are you trying to figure anything out?
What's the look on Billy's face?
Let me see here if he's on my list.
Was he looking the right direction?
Billy was not looking in the right direction. I also
Oh,
rolled
then
very
I don't
poorly.
care anymore. Yeah.
But
No,
as he
I would
looks,
say-
you see
yeah.
him immediately turn to both of his brothers and his sister, and like he goes, "Sorry, I'll be right back." And he
Yeah.
like walks over to his siblings, who, following that eye line, it takes a second longer than it took with Larisha, but both of them blanch. And you see at this point, Brock, the eldest of the Harrison siblings, Elite Four member, turns to the other Elite Four member, Misty, who's standing next to him. And both of them drop what they're doing, and they follow Larisha off the balcony. Pokeball release.
Bionononics.
Actually, it was a Gyarados and an Aerodactyl.
Oh, that's terrifying.
Damn.
Off into the sky.
They couldn't share a ride.
At this point, you
all
see
those
people are starting to like
emissions.
panic and
Yeah,
move. Are
right.
you guys doing anything at this point?
Family.
I immediately grab onto DJ, and I
Okay.
just have a hand on Seth, and I'm looking for Vermilion, Tanner, and Anne.
Okay. DJ, I also see a hand.
Yeah, I'm gonna return Aleppo. His little legs aren't that fast, so I have a
Okay.
feeling we're gonna need to
Finish
start
Pokemon.
moving.
Okay, as you
Um,
guys are like looking around for your friends, because at this point, DJ, you felt your arm get grabbed by Coryne, who is, I want to mention because I don't think it was established, significantly taller than you as well. I think
Oh,
about
yeah.
a foot taller than you actually, if you're not wearing your heels.
And probably
Um,
two of you wide.
Yeah, is one of her arms
Yeah.
is about like the width of your neck.
Just whisk me away, Coryne, that's fine.
Guys, get over here.
But they're both scanning in sort of opposite directions. And you can see at this point, Seth, that your family is standing off to the side of where Finn is like urgently discussing something with a like elderly man with like fading blonde to gray hair and sort of like this like decorated army jacket in a wheelchair, as Lieutenant Surge and your father are both like urgently quietly discussing something. Your mom is standing off to the side, and you guys feel another, and you feel like this one was significantly better, to the point where like you feel like your knees lurch just a little bit, as looking over the skyline, the entire island shifts just a little bit.
We need to get out of the stadium.
Moving.
Okay.
To them,
You
to
hear
Paris.
like little screams and people like beginning to move and pushing towards. And you, Seth, see your mom, and she sees you at the same time, and she just fucking like single jolt arms, like makes the motion of get over here. Coryne, at this point, you are able to match eyes with, I think the main one you would see over the crowd right now is you see Tanner. Tanner has already made his way back to Vermilion and Anne. And at this point, both begin to head in your direction, the immediate like sort of regroup instinct being across all of you guys. As you guys start to get closer, your mom like gives you like the stay silent like motion, Seth, of like, this is a conversation that's happening. We are gonna wait for them to figure out what they're doing before we start asking questions. Sort of like immediate chain of command thing.
For sure.
Whereas Tanner does not have that chain of command. As he goes up, y'all know what's going on,
Tanner, shut
and
up.
he's just okay.
Hang on.
Yeah.
I'm trying to listen.
And you go and Lieutenant Surge is going, we have to get these people out of here. Finn is like, yeah, we're gonna start organizing people. 4 badges higher? That sounds right. You can take them. I can't get anywhere in this thing. Okay. And people are like starting to like slightly push out of the crowd now at this point. Still nobody knows what's going on. And you
Great
hear
body blocks.
your father sort of like at this point speak very loudly. As he like starts to like get people's attention, he goes, hey, everybody. And he like, in that like sort of like dad voice that only dads can command like every single person in a room, as he gets everyone's attention, there is a moment where that booming begins to echo throughout the entire building. And now that you can see south, you see that on the west coast of South Island, a part of the beach just kind of explodes in the distance. And the temperature in the room drops by about 20 degrees. At this moment, as immediately like fog begins to form out of your voice, people scream all around you. And you hear a single piercing screech sort of go through the air that echoes all the way from South Island, loud enough to where you still have to cover your ears on North Island. Can everyone please roll me a fortitude check?
If now were a time to be good at rolling.
And you do add your badges to this.
I know the reminders are for me, and I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Yeah, you're doing it. What did everybody get?
13.
Yep.
Plus my 2 badges, 21.
Okay.
Oh.
So DJ, you're going to be the only one to fail this roll. At this
Okay, Coryne
point,
can jetpack me. It's fine.
that's fine. Yeah, it's fine. At this point, the noise itself is not loud enough to cause like physical pain, even though you do have to cover your ears. But there is a weight to that noise, to that screech, a pressure. And at that point, you feel just exhaustion just hit you, and you are brought down to one knee to the point where you like stumble, and it takes a second for like, it's almost like your vision starts like tunnel for a second, and you see multiple people in the crowd drop. Not a lot of people, just a couple. But there is this moment where whatever that screech was, it was bad. And at this point, you can see Lieutenant Surge at this point like goes to like push himself out of his like wheelchair to like get up, and Spike Surge comes down from behind, pushes him back down the wheelchair and goes, no, Grandpa, not for you, we're getting out of here. And Finn goes, that's a good idea. Everyone, please, if you have 4 badges or more, please come with me. We are heading down to South Island now. If you have less than that, please follow Lieutenant Surge. He will be taking you to the north side of the city. Everyone, please move in orderly fashions. Do not push each other. If you have access to a teleporter, please find non-battlers and assist them in getting out of the city. And you see him starting to like make calls and really like be a gym leader at this point in time. As that sort of happens, there's a thing where now that she has gotten enough information, Alicia, your mother, turns and goes, okay, I'm gonna call someone. Ollie and Sora and I are gonna go. Do you need help getting out of the city, or are you able to do it on your own? She turns and looks to the three of you.
I think we can do it.
Okay.
Scratch that. No, we can do it. Confident.
Okay. I don't know what's happening. Follow what your father said. Get north. Okay?
Got
Okay.
it.
And she turns and you see her like grab Ollie, who at this point is just kind of like, they like do that thing where they're starting to sniffle just because kids in panic situations where they don't know what's going on just start to kind of cry. And they take like Sail's Pokeball, and like Sail's not out at the moment, but they just kind of hold it close at this point in time. And Sora just kind of picks it up and goes, stay safe. The three of them start to like go through the crowd. You can see at this point that Spike Surge is like helping move Lieutenant Surge through, pushing people out of the way, and people are starting to group up behind it. It is this thing of like the only two gym leaders who are currently present have started to split people. I have three. Yep.
Is Forrest still here?
Oh, sorry. Yes, Forrest is also here. He's deferring at this point to Finn at this point. I apologize. He's
Gotcha.
definitely
Okay,
he's
okay.
currently the youngest gym leader of all 8.
I
or
figured,
of all
I figured
10,
as
yeah.
much, but I was just like
Yeah.
making sure.
Yeah, I apologize. I forgot about Forrest. Thank you. But as this moment is happening, where is your guys' focus? I'm going to present to you a couple of different options. You
Sure.
can stand and continue to watch what's happening on South Island and attempt to figure out what's going on. There is the door where every person in the building is currently trying to get out. And then you notice that there's a few people who are going over to the balcony. We're directly off the side of the current balcony. They're sliding down sort of the curved part of the stadium down to the next balcony, and they're just sort of balcony hopping down to get to the bottom of the gym. Which direction are you guys headed? You can do any one of those three, or a better option if you can think of one.
Okay.
There's not a
Let's-
single other door in the place. It's just the one everyone's.
There are
getting
the
out of.
emergency exits, but for the most part, the emergency exits lead out into the hallways to lead you to the staircases and stuff. So it's still a lot of people trying to fit through just a couple of doors. This was also a
Okay, I
private
see.
event with like 100 people. So it's not like it was like tens of thousands of people. This is just a few hundred people, including servers and everybody like that who's there.
Do we?
The screech came from South Island, and we heard it all
It
the way
did.
here.
Not only did you hear it all the way here, you had to cover your ears.
Yeah, it was like effective all the way here. Okay.
Having heard the screech and not being fully like faltered by it, is there any type of like recognition to like what could have made it? I'm assuming a Pokemon, but
It was definitely a Pokemon. You've never felt the ability that pushed down on you the way that that did, and never in that level. I would say at this point, none of you have a similar experience to compare that to.
okay.
Okay.
All right. So I will go ahead and what way is Surge going?
Surge has to go through the building. He
Okay.
has to go through
I
because
think
there's ramps. He's in a wheelchair.
We're not gonna go the way Surge is going. Is
Okay.
my assumption. Just
Okay.
Not
because
gonna happen it.
I think I think we're gonna balcony hop it. I'm
Okay.
open to other suggestions, but I think that's where my brain goes to.
Okay.
I'm good to
Yeah, that's-
balcony hop.
Okay.
Actually,
as you guys,
as we
Mhm.
as we get to the balcony, is there anything else that we see coming? Corinne's eyes are gonna be on that side. Just
yeah, everybody
watching
go
for
ahead and give me an
anything that's
intelligence
coming.
check. Everybody give me an intelligence check.
My intelligence.
I got you.
Because
I got you.
That's the taking in your environment stat, bud. That's the
5.
processing information stat.
What if it wasn't though? What if we changed the whole rule book?
We add an extra one and give you a d20 in it. Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, great.
Hey, listen, I would really
what are we doing?
appreciate.
19.
Intelligence.
19.
Can I do education
So high.
instead?
No, this is not based off of your learned experiences. This is about what you're watching right now happen.
Great. Well, that's 5.
Okay, 5, and then
Oh, I got
Coryne,
a
what'd
5
you
too.
Okay, so
Nice.
both of you with 5s. There's a moment where, as you guys are focusing on balcony hopping, you can't quite make out what's happening. But you are, and I'll get to what you just rolled in a second, DJ. As you get to the balcony, another one of those tremors, much stronger this time. And you see the people who are on the balconies like have to like grip, and a couple people like lose grip, and then their Pokemon save them, sort of thing.
I was like, I'll just start
This is a
grabbing
world of
people.
Pokemon. Nobody's falling.
Okay.
And
Thank you.
at this point, as like that like tremor hits, you at this point, DJ, you are the only one of the group who is able to make this out. As that last tremor hit, you see that like ambient blue glow starts to lift off of the edge of the beach from the island. The glow was not coming from the island itself. It was coming from something within the island that has now left. At this point, it starts to raise into the sky. And remember when I mentioned the temperature dropped significantly to the point where like you were breathing out like fog clouds?
Mhm.
That was when you were indoors. It plummets. You suddenly feel it go from sort of like a cooler ocean, like early or like late winter night, to it is sub-freezing. As you suddenly feel like you're cold. At this point in time, DJ, with a 19, you also see that as the blue thing raises into the sky, you see maybe 10 to 15 like little like dark specks sort of like flying around it into the sky. And you guys start to move over. Can everyone please give me their choice of a strength, agility, or fortitude check?
Go 42.
Oh, good.
Because that's just your methodology for getting down. You know what I mean? It's like slow and steady, hopping, or just lowering yourself.
Seth using his fortitude is just going into every bump and just bracing for whatever hit's gonna happen. It's just,
You got bullied so much at the beginning of this campaign, you're like tough now at this point.
my body's a callus.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I
have
mean,
a
would it-
18.
Would it
18,
be
okay.
nice? Would it be helpful if Coryne went first and like assisted catching people?
We're all assuming that this sort of like
This is a pretty soft ledge, guys.
Yeah, we're assuming that this is all happening together. What did you roll,
Okay,
Coryne?
Coryne rolled a 19.
Okay, and then
I
DJ,
rolled a 9. I thought I did good.
you did do good. 7 was what you needed. They just rolled absurd.
Okay.
You're fine. You're fine. As you guys like, it's that first balcony where you grab the metal railing and it's like almost physically burns to touch because of how cold it is.
Ooh.
So you have to do that thing where you like pull like parts of your outfit to like cover your hands, and then use that to grab the thing. And Seth ding across one side of the railing and does it without getting any injuries, even though like he still impacts. As you all start to go down, there is this moment where you see flashes of light in the distance around where that blue ambient light has sort of just slightly like formed. And there is a moment where it is night and it is in a city, so the lights have all been there. All of the light in the city goes dark.
Oh shit.
City loses electricity.
Again?
About
Oh my
15
God.
seconds, about 15 seconds before something pretty fucking bright lights up the entire city as a singular white-blue beam of energy cuts through from South Island across North Island, a beam of ice all the way up and across the city. Can everyone who... You're all 3 Kanto natives, so actually I don't get to leave anyone out of this roll. If Gavin was here, he'd be left out of this roll. But can all 3 of you please roll me education?
No.
Who's Godzillaing this fucking island? Stop it!
Is it-
It's Graham.
It's Graham.
It
Graham did
probably is.
By
What a
himself.
bitch.
It's
It's
Graham.
that big giant what is it, Dragonite from the
from
anime?
Bill's Lighthouse, yeah.
Yeah.
You said
Yeah.
education?
I said education, yeah.
Any specific type of skill that would
10?
help with
Okay.
this or no?
Pokelore?
This one be Pokelore. If you have Pokelore ranks, I'd let you use it.
Nice.
Okay.
I do.
I also got an 11.
Okay, 11. Okay. 12.
It's
Okay.
not a competition though. so-
You are all
11's great.
Kanto
Except that
natives,
it is.
and there are certain things that I don't think that you would rationally believe at the moment. Like, it's one of those things where your brain has procced what this is, but like the belief maybe not be there yet, because this is such a like epic and sort of like otherworldly thing of a legend, in the form of there are 3 main legends associated with the Kanto region, of lightning, fire, and ice. And you've just felt immense pressure You've seen something fly into the sky, and now a beam of ice that has begun to permafrost a portion of a skyscraper. There is nothing that this can possibly be except for the Tempest Tundra, the freeze Pokemon, Articuno. At this moment, as you slide down, you go from one balcony to another balcony. It takes 5 balcony hops before you get to the point where there is this like semi-raised, slanted piece of metal that you have to slide down. And with your successes, each of you dunk, 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 hit the floor at the bottom. And it is that moment where you look up and you see this brilliant, shimmering blue and white bird who, while the Pokedex mispurports this Pokemon to only be around 5 feet in length, no, this is a legend. This is almost 40 foot from tip of the wing to tip of the wing. This massive, giant bird flies overhead, and she is being attacked by about 15 different Pokemon, riders all on top of them. As you see a Charizard, Dragonite, Skarmory, Gyarados, Magneton, Hydreigon. You see all of these flying Pokemon attacking this bird, and Articuno is reacting with rage. As she flies over, another ice beam cuts through the lines of those Pokemon and hits the city below, and you see a massive ice wall appear in the street before you. That has now cut off that exit. I'm gonna need all of you to please roll me tracking checks to attempt to get through this
I gotta
city.
get my backpack.
Oh my god.
Yeah, tracking, no problem. Easy.
Tracking is education or int?
Education
Here we
or
go.
intelligence.
And I want to clarify before I hear the outcomes of these rolls. There are 2 major ways that are coming to your brain to get off of this island without a teleporter. There is, you can currently see there are other shapes in the sky, people calling emergency Pidgeot taxis that are somehow managing to weave in and out of the battle that's happening to pick up people and try to escape with them. And you know that if you go south to the docks, you might be able to get a boat out. Do you guys, as a trio, have a plan for which one of those you want to try and track down?
As a trio, where's Vermilion?
Well, there's the other 3 is there. I'm talking to you as players.
Oh, okay.
You,
Yeah.
You 3 of you.
What is happening? I think if
Cory had a hand up.
Given that Articuno's shooting ice, it might be less convenient to do a boat, right?
Just in case it hits the ocean.
I mean, she could freeze the entire ocean with that kind of power.
I think it's either way. Ice is not going to help either situation.
Yeah,
ice
that's
their
fair.
situation.
Ice there.
If we have a lot of people, and I don't know if that's going to work for a Pidgeot taxi, and there's a lot of other people going with that too. I can try to see if we can call Captain Nolan if he might be in town, so that we can take his speedboat and leave quicker than the ice can freeze.
Do we remember, this is outside, do we remember, did Professor Nolan say he was leaving the island?
Professor Nolan.
Whoa, we got an
Professor,
upgrade.
so sorry. Sailor. Captain.
He
Whoever the
said
hell
he
he
was
is.
doing-
I'm under
Yeah.
a lot of stress.
He goes back and forth. If you didn't specifically call him, it's up to a die roll.
Yeah.
If you didn't call
Uh,
him beforehand, it's up to a die roll as to whether or not he's here.
Shot in the
You want
dark.
to give him a call?
I think,
Shot in the dark Kakuna.
didn't Gavin invite him to the tournament?
He did, and then
He
he,
did,
didn't
but
get a.
he didn't come.
He didn't come because he was
Right.
doing
So he's
runs.
probably
yeah.
not in the city then. You can call him, but that's
I'm optimistic.
okay.
I say I shoot him a call.
Okay. Now I got to see whether or
Dewey,
not phone
call it.
signal works with the amount of people that are going through.
Yeah.
No, your Pokegear doesn't even ring. There are
And
too many
Gavin
influx
has
of callers happening.
The
Has
thing-
the has the sat
Satellite phone. Fuck.
phone.
Okay.
Okay.
Taxi it is.
I still don't
We
know
can-
about the
yeah, let's-
taxi. But yeah, if we feel like the taxi's the way to go,
Okay.
be the taxi.
Yep. Tori.
We as players can also assume that our friends will be getting out on their own volition.
Correct.
We're not trying to track
With
them
you.
down now. Oh,
Yeah.
with us. Okay.
Yeah, the 3 who
they're-
are with you are with
got it,
you.
got it,
Yeah.
got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. As you are running down the street, can everyone please once again make me another intelligence? At this point, you are just looking for any exit as you hear of just like ice and battle and all of these things happening. But now that you are below the skyline, you cannot see the battle. And every once in a while, you see a fucking giant legendary Pokemon just fly over.
Was this for intelligence in general or tracking?
This is specifically the intelligence roll that has to do with something else. The tracking roll was separate, and I've already kind of got that in my brain.
Gotcha.
You guys still have your totals from your tracking rolls, correct? Because
Yeah.
I'm trying to provide you with a way out because we haven't actually heard those totals yet. But I want to
Yeah.
make sure that this is the direction we're going.
Oh,
Got it.
Go ahead and roll me a new
I
one.
don't know if I have
you
that
don't
anymore.
it. Yeah, go for it. That's fine. Okay. So for the intelligence roll that I just called for, what'd you guys get?
3.
8.
Okay.
18.
Okay, and then what was your
Fuck yeah.
tracking rolls?
7.
7, 12. Okay.
7.
7. Okay. DJ, you're gonna be the only one to notice this as you're all trying to like wave down like a Pidgeot taxi, just trying to get out. You can see that like people in the street are just like fucking running. You know, people are picking people up. There's Pokemon in the street. There you see like a Machamp carrying like 4 people, just fucking do.
Nice,
Like there are just
nice.
people going. What you notice, DJ, at one point is there is a worker in sort of like a red uniform with what looks like just like a metal cart, just like struggling on the asphalt street, pushing it with like 4 or 5 Pokemon hanging from it. And it looks like the cart is like full of something. And they're just like huffing and pushing. It's like maybe like a 150 pound person like pushing like a 400 pound cart
Filled with Pokemon.
filled with something and Pokemon. Yeah.
Guys. And she's just gonna
Yeah.
point. She's like panicking.
Okay.
But she's
She
gonna
points-
she
point.
points
She's
and
gonna
points out the
grab
person to you.
Corinne's arm and point at that person.
The tense bicep.
Hence bicep that is bigger than my
Grabs
hand.
Corinne's arm, kind of squeezes a little bit.
The
Here's how I think it
serious
went.
moment.
It was like, Corinne, quick! Oh, Corinne, quick over here!
Corinne, quick! What gym do you go to?
Oh my god!
All over
Jeez.
there.
Corinne's gonna go ahead and jog over. Hey, you need help?
Yes. Oh my. You're the girl who bought that Badoo the other day. You recognize this is the worker who sold you Pokemon from the Pokemon Trading Center the other day.
Oh my God,
You
yeah.
look down and you see like probably like 100 Pokeballs in this
Jesus.
cart. The electricity went out before I could send him out, so I'm just trying to get him to a boat right now. And you see that there's
Yeah.
like 6 Pokemon that just aren't in Pokeballs. You look and there's like a Chimchar and a Popplio and a Happiny and a Pansage, and they're all just scared in their little cart.
Are they in the cart or
They're
on
in the
top of
cart. They're like
Okay.
hanging on the sides, like just in the cart.
Okay.
Is it possible to put Pokemon in Pokeballs that are not theirs?
If they're not caught, yeah. If they don't
Okay.
belong to a Pokeball, yes.
Can
Do they have? I guess they don't have
do
Pokeballs.
these guys have Pokeballs?
Basically the information that you're gonna get in stuttering and phrases as this person is still pushing is that these Pokemon were not in their Pokeballs, and when the electricity went out, their safe went dunk, and their Pokeballs
Okay.
got stuck in a safe. So there's
Got it.
no way to
Okay,
put
so
these
I
Pokemon in
can't-
Pokeballs.
In
Okay,
Pokeballs.
I'm going
okay.
to do a Poke handling check on the Pokemon
Okay.
that are not in their
Yep.
balls, and I'm just going to look to all of them to try and like make eye contact and have them kind of not focus on the terror that's going on outside of that.
Yep.
And just say, hey guys, look, we're here to help. You can hang on me, stay on the cart, whatever's going to be comfortable, but we just got to move you guys, okay? Everything's going to be fine. And just try and get as many Pokemon to latch onto me if they can, so that it's not on the cart that's weighing that down.
Go ahead
I'd
and roll
rather
for it
carry
and
them
take an
myself.
advantage to that as well. Tori, what's your hand up for? What you got?
I was going to also try and help, and if any of the Pokemon that are out right now are particularly susceptible to cold, I have a Shaw in my bag that I would pull out and kind of wrap around
Okay.
one of them.
The Pansage that is in there, the little like grass monkey, is fucking shivering, dying. So you can easily get the shawl in there. Matt, actually take a
Yeah.
second advantage from Tori's help.
Okay.
And then I'm just gonna
Uh,
lift the cart, like you know how like
Go ahead and
you
roll
have,
me
like,
a strength.
One person.
Yeah,
Sure.
go ahead and roll me a strength check with an advantage from the worker as well.
Corinne is a Machamp.
Corinne is the Machamp.
If Corinne
Got
doesn't
the
get him a
worker
champ by the end of this
here,
campaign,
Dang, rolled
Says,
like a Machamp too.
Advantage explodes.
yes, advantages do explode.
20.
Corinne, I'm gonna tell you right now. Okay.
19.
19. Okay. Between that, you can successfully. Obviously, the Pokemon are not going to go to be like happy, but you can get them calm. At this point, between you and DJ and Vermilion immediately like pulls out Zippo, and immediately there's sort of like a heat like radius around all of you, where that sort of like it is shaky at best how well Zippo can put off the effect colds of a legend, but it's keeping you guys warm enough. And at this point, as you guys are moving, you're successfully able to get the Pokemon. All four of the Pokemon who, I apologize for saying 6 earlier, it was actually 4. All 4 of the Pokemon who are not in their
Not that
Pokeballs
strong.
all jump onto you and are sort of like holding on at this point. One of them is the Pansage that's like wrapped in the shawl at this point. You can see that as you guys are moving, Tanner is having Little Miss Magic appear, and you can see like psychic waves beginning to push like bits of like rubble or ice out of the way of the cart. You can see at this point that Vermilion as well has pulled out Gerber, and Gerber is like scouting ahead the way that he did back when you guys were underneath Cinnabar Island. With Coryne's extreme muscles, the huffing and puffing that the worker was doing, you're moving at like 10 miles an hour, like when you hit the downhill bits, like you're like pushing. Yeah, it gets to the point where the cart is so heavy and well made that when you're going downhill, it's very easy for you guys to just jump and grab onto it and start to slide downhill.
Nice.
You do at this point, with everything that you rolled earlier, see that there is a Pidgeot taxi that lands and nobody has currently grabbed onto it yet. You go, or do you go with these Pokemon?
Coryne won't abandon the Pokemon.
I gotta let these Pokemon go on a boat.
That's who you guys are. Okay, you see other people go and jump onto that Pidgeot taxi as you guys continue to head south. One more survival check for me, please.
Oh.
Survival?
Yep. Matt, you took ranks, or sorry, tracking, not survival. Tracking, not survival. Matt, you took ranks in tracking. Why don't you want to do a tracking check?
You just said survival, and I'm I don't know what that is.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I said the wrong thing.
I'm not gonna roll
easy
something I'm
brain
not confident in.
That's true. That's
That's terrible.
Yeah.
Okay. That is a 7.
I exploded. 17.
14.
Okay. With that, you guys are, with all of the Pokemon and you guys working together, you are able to get south where you can see that there are thousands of people all moving to the docks at this point. As soon as like the ace trainers and rangers who are on site spot like a cart full of Pokemon that need help, you guys sort of get pushed to the front aside a lot of people who are like not full trainers.
Hoppers.
People who are not trainers are getting pushed to the front. People with it's sort of like the delineation goes like children, people who are not trainers, below 4 badges, and anyone with 4 badges is being told to take the bridge across to South Island. And as you're hearing that, you look over and you can see that there is a hole in the west side of South Island where that entrance you went into for the Seafoam Caverns has just exploded outwards. And there are hundreds of ice-type Pokemon pouring out of it and fully enraged, like somebody kicked a hornet's nest.
Oh my god.
It seems like whoever is messing with Articuno has enraged the entire local Pokemon population, and that is why they are just evacing people. So with that, you get to the point where you are able to help successfully jump the Pokemon onto a boat. Would you like to join them on that boat, or would you like to leave and go somewhere else? Do you need to seek anyone out? This is your moment.
I think we go on the boat.
Yeah, I'm down for that. Is there any way that I can I call Taub? Or
No,
text
because the
him?
phone signals are not working.
I know you said the phone signals are down.
Yeah, we just established the phone signals are down. Somewhere between the disruption to the local cell towers and the fact that there are thousands upon thousands of people who are going to attempt to be calling emergency services and their loved ones, cell services are not going to work at the moment. And Gavin
Plus, he
left the
can't
sat
hear
phone.
you from the back of Articuno, so
Yeah, he's riding Articuno
You're
right now, actually.
hilarious. You're so
Yeah.
funny. Can we
He and
see
Graham,
the Bosco
hand in
Tower
hand.
from
One
here?
he's not allergic to.
You can see Vasco. It doesn't look like there's any particular like there's
no
nothing
damage to the
happen.
building?
It's in inert tower. There's no real lights on. Like there's a couple scattered lights, but no, actually there even wouldn't be because the electricity's off. So yeah, no, there's nothing going on.
But the building itself is okay.
It's fine. It's enough central on South Island to where the raging Pokemon have not yet reached it. At this point though, you guys get kind of shoved to like the side of the boat, as they just start pouring people on. You hear vaguely somebody talk about how they're evacuating to Fuchsia City, which is just down the way on the ocean route headed over to the east. And the boat starts to just chug. It is that thing where it is a little overloaded and it's sitting low in the water, and you feel of as it starts to move. And you can see along the beach there are all sorts of ice-type Pokemon. And there is a moment where you know how when there's a very serious situation, sometimes random like intrusive thoughts happen, and somebody will just say something that's absolutely stupid just because they're in so much shock. You hear Tanner go, "Oh dang, there's a snow run." As it's just like walking down the beach.
Tanner.
And it is that thing where he like immediately catches himself, but it is that moment of like you see just hundreds of ice type Pokemon pouring out. You see Seal, Dugong, like you see all these Pokemon, and then you hear once again that screech. It doesn't have nearly the same amount of pressure to it though at this point. As you look over, and now that you're down at the river, you can see above North Island the battle that's still taking place. And you do occasionally catch the glimpse of like a massive Aerodactyl and a Gyarados, and a Swanna all above, as you see the 2 Elite Four members and a gym leader trying to fight whoever is attacking Articuno. And it is this very tense sort of like 5 minutes that it takes as your boat is not able to leave the channel for about 5 minutes, and you guys head west, and eventually you sort of like pass out of that exit bay on the west side opposite from when you came in, and you see this battle is still taking place, and all of the Pokemon involved have an unreasonable amount of endurance. And there is this moment where you think, oh shit, this battle, I don't know how this is going to end, when suddenly that like blue light that surrounds Articuno intensifies, and you can see these hurricane level winds begin to surround it, and the clouds above it begin to darken as icy clouds of a blizzard begin to appear above an island nation in late winter. It is in that moment where there is someone who is riding currently on top of what looks like some sort of Dragonite, does a quick flyby, and then there's a flash of red light, and Articuno vanishes.
If fucking excuse me.
Aww.
And there is a moment where every person on the boat, and every Pokemon on the beach, and every person in the city streets, and every person in the air stops and goes silent. And it holds for 1 beat, 2 beat, 3 beat. Then there's another flash of red light, and Articuno reappears and begins to fly south. And all 15 Pokemon that were attacking it go with it, with 3 trainers in pursuit. Seafoam is left without Articuno. That is where we're going to end Arc 1 of Unbeatable, a Kanto journey. Thank you guys so
Are
much
you
for
serious?
joining me on this
Stop
episode.
doing this to us.
Yay! We'll see you guys next week with the next episode of Unbeatable. Yay! Thank you for joining us, Tori. It's your
arc
first
of
ever.
Unbeatable. Do you want to
Yeah, the next
explain
arc.
the thing we're going into, or just let it rip?
We are going to be going into, so basically you may have noticed that we keep mentioning this is the end of the arc. Basically, we're going to be going into a series of arcs where we're going to set a certain amount of episodes. We're going to record those episodes, and they're all going to be part of the greater Unbeatable story, but they're also going to be self-contained arcs, so that if you have friends or people who watch the show and you want to recommend it to them, that
It's an easier
I know
sell.
everybody wants to watch through our backlog of 50 episodes, but if they want to just
More
start
than
somewhere
once.
fresh, we will be, yeah, we do have some people who've watched more than once. These people, you guys are great. You're crazy.
Thank you.
Thank you. But if they want to start next episode, we're going to be sort of reintroducing everyone as though you don't know who they are. So we're going to be having all these conversations, and thank you so much, Tori, as DJ, for joining us. Tori is going to be coming on for this next arc, and sort of like helping us fill the hole that Burrty has left with us for this arc.
I wanted to celebrate, but that was a wild way to end.
What a
I
first
know,
episode,
he does
buddy.
this kind of thing.
What a first episode. Yeah, but seriously, thank you guys so much. We will see you in the next arc, which I don't know if we're going to announce the name yet, or we're just going to let it ride. I think we let it ride, and we let it ride and wait
ride.
for it to go. Okay.
Let it ride.
Anyway, thank you so much. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Thank you for watching this episode of Unbeatable. Support us through our Discord. There we interact with our community and gather questions for our monthly Q&As. See you next time, and remember, stay unbeatable.
I am unbeatable, I'll train until I meet my goal. If stakes are high, no, I won't fold, because I am unbeatable. Earning every badge, whatever it takes, I'm gonna be the best trainer, you just wait. And I know the road ahead looks like it won't be easy. I am unbeatable. Standing by my side, got my friends with me to explore a whole world of possibilities. But no matter what the challenge is, we can overcome it together. Because we are unbeatable, we'll train until we meet our goal. If stakes are high, no, we won't fold, because we are unbeatable. We are unbeatable, we'll train until we meet our goal. If stakes are high, no, we won't fold, because we are unbeatable.